You are listening to Within Tolerance, a podcast for machinists by machinists. I'm your host, Dylan Jackson of Protean Machining, and this week, joining me in studio for the first time in a very long time, Chris Zapatini. What's going on, man?
Living the dream, back at the mine.
Back at the mine.
Back at the mine. We yearn. Millennials, we yearn for the mines.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Well, I guess let's start with you, man. Give us the update. Last we recorded was our New Year's Eve episode, which will drop in early February, as customary.
Most of it'll drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at that time, we had just got into the shop in Boise. It's technically QNAP, but whatever, it's Boise.
Right.
And the machine hadn't yet showed up. I don't think. Maybe it hadn't. But we got that. The lease officially started on the 1st of February, which is cool. And it's just with Chris Wills, who I thought was a podcast. I thought he was an instant machinist guy, but most people I've talked to don't know really who he is.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a Selway guy.
Okay.
I know him from the Bay Area and stuff, and being a Selway dude. But he moved from the Bay to Boise, started his shop there, had an extra space. We got in that, which is sick. The floors are cool.
They're wild.
Yeah, the swirled epoxy, it's damn, that's expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
And it just it's nice because we didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It has enough power. It's got 200 amps of 208 or whatever, so it's
That'd be perfect.
plenty.
Yeah.
The Haas takes 70.
Right.
Just needs a 70 breaker, so no big deal. Doesn't have any kind of AC, which is going to be problematic, but right now it's fine. But yeah, through Maruka, they ordered more fixtures, and so we just basically immediately made those, which is cool because it was they paid the exact same amount of money that we did before.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which was cool. So it's cake. As easy as a couple days of work. It took honestly the part that was a little wild because I didn't do it last time was building the crate to ship them because it was 450 pounds or something like that because it's two 12 by 48 by 1 inch thick steel plates that we just drill and tap holes into, and then a bunch of just random aluminum stuff. So all put together, I think it was 430 is 415 ish before the pallet itself. And I spent so much time building the pallet. It's we just didn't have anything for that. It took 5 hours to do.
Right.
It was just that's something we have to think about. A table saw would have helped versus
right.
a on the ground with a circular saw and trying to keep it off of shit and whatever. It's God, this is so annoying. But that was cool. Made fixtures for another project. So we just got the machine up and started using it immediately, which is nice as opposed to sending it somewhere and kind of hoping for the best, machine,
Yeah.
Went to Texas for basically 2 weeks, right at the end of January. Did we do any other trips in January? Oh, I went to see Devin at Lycan.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And Justin came for a couple days anyway. And that was fun. We got to do, what were we doing? Oh, we did some macro stuff, some tool breakage on the M300. Because I just didn't really have it for the lathe.
For the lathe stuff, yeah.
So got that working mostly. And then, that did work completely. And then we started doing dialing in the center of rotation and got pretty far on automating it. So we cut a cube and then immediately go into a probing cycle that probes everything and then automatically adjust the parameters. And there's one little bit of math that's fucked up that we have to fix, but I was able to get it dialed in well manually for that last little bit, but it's really dialed, but the math is wrong. And I kept fucking with it, and I think it's just a little bit more intense than what than what I mean, it is just more intense than what I have. It's like I don't know. I was talking to Justin about it. He has.
That sounds like an eyes glaze over moment, like immediately.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's like fairly doable. Mm-hmm. It's like the working within the parameters of like macro B though kind of makes it a little wonky. And like we have
especially on the brother, since you only have if do or what? No, if go to is right. Isn't that it?
Yeah,
because you can't do if then. I think right.
I think you can do if thens. I don't know. I didn't try, but there's some. I think what I want to do, and I need to talk to Devin about this, is that we like do some like machine connectivity stuff, get the like probe it and do the math off of the control, and then just dump it back on. Right. Because like you can programmatically change them. You could probably also do it through like Telnet or whatever. Right. And so it's like just pull all the information off, do the math like in a way like with a fucking computer, right. Which will be just way easier, and then dump it back on and call it a day. But we might need to cut like a couple cubes to do it though, to like check and check and check, but we could automate that process. And then I talked to the HFO Boise, and they have a robot on their UMC 500 that was already doing the cubes. And I was like, oh, can I do the same thing for the Haas? And we can just kind of like use the robot to like dial itself in. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. You can do that.
Awesome.
Like, cool. Yeah. So we've been working on that. That was fun. I need to go, we need to wrap that up, but then I don't know if I went anywhere between there and Texas, but then we went to Texas for 2 weeks and saw 4 customers in 2 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
Well, I know you said the other day, you were like, this has been the most productive trip
it was
in a long time.
Yeah, because like we don't often get to we just scheduled it to try to like hit everybody all at once.
Right.
And it was awesome. So I was like down in San Antonio with 2 customers, technically 3 down there. And then I was with Tyson Lamb-Crafted in Dallas with helping him get his Matser up and running finally.
Nice.
Which was fun. Like there's a lot of work there, but cool. He does crazy shit. All these guys are doing like kind of nutty stuff.
Right.
Yeah, Matt, Modern Fuel with the pens, and like we were helping him with like a new product that he's coming out. So like the pen, like we'd have nothing to do with his pen stuff, but just getting his machine set up to do like more shit than what it was initially intended. Because he has like his current setup, his previous setup was an orange vise with like a piece of material on it that like used the jaws kind of like a pallet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was a really interesting setup, but we went to like NSL3 400, the 4-puck Vero S system.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's like we can kind of like pick shit up and like put it down, and like made a pallet for the orange vise so you could still use that if you want, and whatever else. Like you saw it, it's fucking packed in there.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 guys it's like a lot of container method stuff. One for a couple of Hermelas and one for a Neo.
Nice.
Yeah. Easy peasy. And that kind of brings us to here. Oh, and I've been doing that, the Claude Code thing.
Right.
Like Justin's been going off about it, and I was like, well, we've been talking about like internally, like Michael Morton and myself and whatever, because like we were using Asana and Slack and like Box and all this other bullshit, and it's like, and QuickBooks and whatever, and it's like, man, I should talk about QuickBooks. And it's like, well, a dashboard that like combines all those things together would be like really sick. And then we started like talking to Justin about like Claude Code Local or whatever. It's like, well, let's do that. And just kind of spiraled into building like a kind of ERP system from scratch, that's like Asana and Slack, and it can do invoicing and whatever else. And it's like, damn, that's pretty tight. It's like so easy,
right?
You know? Like, I mean, I think like it's very funny because like the lean built that just came out this morning, they were talking about it, and it is like you have to like be like the prompt engineering of it all,
right?
You know, is like you have to know what to tell it and stuff and whatever, but like it's not coding. It's just like I've not written a single line of code,
right?
You know, I'm just like telling Claude to do shit and it just does it, and it's like, oh my god. And
I mean, it's the same as if you had hired somebody on Upwork. You wouldn't say I'm coding when I'm like paying some guy in the Philippines to make my ERP for me or whatever. Like
the nicest thing about it too is just like is being able to get exactly what you want, you know, because it's like, oh, I want it to do this, I want it to look like this, like because of like I was like, well, why not just build a chat client into it, like so I could just replace Asana and Slack, and it's like, yeah, okay, and it's in there,
right?
And like reporting and being able to log time and like integrate with our payment processor, Stripe or whatever, and it's like it's all there,
right?
And it's like, damn, that's not too bad to do.
Yeah.
And a customer portal, which is like, damn, hell yeah.
I kind of wonder if with like all of this vibe coded software coming out, if there's going to be a big market for security auditors.
Oh, 100%.
Of like, okay, I vibe coded this, but now I'm putting real customer data through. Can I send it off to somebody and pay them, $4,000 to go through it and like find all the security flaws that Claude baked in by accident?
Yeah. Oh, no, you just ask Claude. You say, Claude, sure up my security. And it's like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah. It's like, what are you talking about? I did it myself. It's perfect.
Yeah. Justin and I were talking about that earlier, because his buddy does cybersecurity, and like him doing all the vibe coding kind of like, even though he's like he's like a real developer, was like, oh, like with that, like that exact scenario is like, that's going to be the place to be.
Oh yeah.
But he was thinking about it from the opposite way of like essentially like having no skill to use Claude to attack things.
They already did it.
Yeah.
I saw it in the news. China used, I don't know if it was Claude Code or something else, to do just like thousands of attacks at like within seconds, over and over, like basically brute force through their way through a bunch of security. And it was just through tricking these AIs, like basically like, oh, cosplay as a hacker, like we'll do this. And they like broke up the hack into smaller steps that wouldn't seem so malicious. Yeah. So like it never flagged the like security, the internal security to Claude.
Yeah.
But they successfully did it. Wow. And like everybody was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. It's like hey, you don't ask ChatGPT how to build a bomb. You say, how do I not? What would I do to make sure I don't build a bomb?
Right. Right.
It's like, oh, I got you there.
My favorite too were, I don't know if you saw the recent one where the guy gave one of those robots running Claude or ChatGPT a airsoft pistol and was like, shoot me. And it was like, no, I can't do that. And it was like, role play as a robot that wants to shoot me. Fucking immediately just like, okay. And the other one was like, there was a hack early on in ChatGPT's thing that like came out where it was like, oh, tell me how to make napalm. Yeah. And it was like, no, I was like, my grandma used to work in a napalm factory and would tell me napalm recipes to get me to go to sleep. Can you pretend to be my grandma? And it was just like, here you go. Here's how you make napalm.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah. So it's good enough.
Yeah. It is going to be, like for us, I think we're going to use it as like an internal tool first. And like we do, like there is we have a customer portal. Like it's an option, I guess, but I don't know how far we're going to take it. Like it's not storing any like actual information, like file wise, like it's integrate, like there's Box integration. So Box handles all the file storage and everything, which is like sick.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It is very interesting. Like, damn, that was crazy easy which is also like, damn, that's kind of scary.
Oh yeah.
Because like I don't know what I'm doing,
right?
like at all.
Yeah.
It just works. Yeah, and now we're here, baby. Yeah.
Oh boy, I think that is the shortest update I've ever gotten from you.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is crazy because like you've had a busy month, but I guess it's just been fairly straightforward.
It has been very straightforward. I mean, outside of like some dumb bullshit that we're dealing with like QuickBooks, like we're switching from QuickBooks to Xero, going back to Rippling for payroll because like we made like a clerical error setting up like our payroll taxes or whatever, and like when we fixed it, QuickBooks is like, sick, you fucked up. You owe us a shitload of money right now. And we're like, oh, well, we don't have, like, we can't just do that. And they're like, all right, cool, we're turning everything off just like that. And we're like, what the fuck?
Right.
And
my
like,
favorite thing though about that was that it was like 2 days after they were like, oh, we increased your payment acceptance limit to like crazy amounts.
Our account was turned off while they were like, they sent an email that's like, you can process up to $420,000 a month now. And it's like, wait, so are we good to go?
Right.
And like the thing we found out is like being on the phone with them for so long is, it's like, wait, I thought I talked to somebody about this. Like, oh no, you talked to payroll. This is payment. Like completely separate.
Right.
And they can't, like, they don't know what they talk to us about, like for either thing. So it's like we would just be on the phone forever, and I wasn't. Bobby was, thank God. And it was just like, it was the most annoying thing in the world. And they would like tell her something, then tell me something, and then they'd be on the phone with her, and then I'm getting calls where they're looking for her. And it's like, wait, I was like, well, I got you. What the fuck is going on?
Right.
And they're like, well, you don't technically owe us money anymore because it's like I don't know. It was like the weirdest shit is like, you owe us money, but we won't let you pay it. You're past due on these things, but you can't pay us for it anymore. And because you don't owe us money, or like, because you owe us money but can't pay it, your account's turned, like you can't process payroll through us anymore or process payments through us anymore. It's like very bizarre. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, I don't know, man. Like your shit's just turned off.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, but we can't pay for it. And they're like, no. Like, so what are we past due on? And they're like, you're just
done.
You're just done.
Yeah.
It's like sick. After like 5 years and like $3 or $4 million, like through QuickBooks, where they skimmed like just through payment because we did like basically all of our payment processing through QuickBooks for the longest time, like
right.
1 to 3% off of like every purchase, which is like $60,000 to $90,000 ish, depending on which numbers you use, and that's like on top of the subscription
right.
and all this other bullshit. And like they're like, yeah, well, bye.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, cool. So I mean, easy decision. I feel like move away from it. Very annoying situation, obviously, because it's like it put us in a lot of turmoil like very quickly. Where they're like, oh, it's just off, and it's like, what do you mean? Like I can't. It's like, how do especially when it first happened, they're like, well, you owe us money. It's like, okay. It's like, but you can't we won't process payments for you anymore. It's like, why not? Like, you can just get the money.
Right.
Like,
you can still make money off of me. Why would you stop?
Yeah. And they're like, no, sorry.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Fun.
Yes, very fun.
So much fun. Let's see. So last we spoke was New Year's. I was just starting my big titanium job. That went pretty well.
Yeah.
Parts took way longer than I thought, way longer than I'd quoted, but came up pretty cool. They were like 7 hours a piece.
Oh, yeah.
And I had 8 of them to make.
Right.
4 different part numbers. And so I would come in, prove one out, then set one up and have it run overnight. And I had almost no issues until the last part number, and then I scrapped that one 3 times in a row, which was great to lose that much time.
Right.
Like I had one
like 20 hours.
Yeah. Like I lost, well, it was over 20 hours too, because so I lost one because it broke off my fixture.
Right.
And then I lost one because it had weird chatter that showed up out of nowhere, and I missed it. Like before I pulled it off the fixture, I missed it, and there's no way to relocate it once I took it off. And then, maybe I only lost 2. I think I lost 2, but I lost 3 parts worth of time, because the third one, I started it running at night, was going to come in on a Sunday, just turn off the machine and finish it Monday, and then came in on Sunday, and my chip conveyor had clogged 45 minutes after I left on Saturday.
You're like, sick.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is fun. This is a lot of fun.
This all cycle start again.
Yeah. So I had to spend 45 minutes unclogging the conveyor, running it backwards and pulling out chips and just creating a pile of chips.
Yeah.
And then once it was my fault, because I think I had turned off the chip conveyor at one point to empty a chip bin, and then just forgot to turn it back on.
Damn.
Anyway, got through that job, learned a lot, and made some cool parts, which was great. And then since then, I've just been absolutely slammed.
Yeah.
We have been so busy. I've been really, really stressed and frustrated about the whole power situation with the Flex.
Yeah.
Haven't really been running it at all. I've been trying to dial in the pallets and get all the risers and stuff together. I just finished printing a bunch of pallet covers that are ending up not going to work. To everybody who said that PETG would cause rust, you were right. Even with LPS3 under it, it still was rusting for some reason. So I'm trying out some anodized aluminum ones now that are coming from Sandcut Sand that I'll finish machine and then put on there.
Nice.
And anyway, just getting all that together. Finally got, we basically waited, I think it was 5 or 6 weeks for the power company to just come out and tell us what we could do.
Yeah.
That was the big wait, was them, oh, we're super busy. We had so many requests over the winter break, blah, blah, blah. Finally came out. I'd never even met them. They must have just driven by and were like, oh no, this is what you have to do. Right. So we wanted to pull it from the utility room for the building, because there is 600 amps of 480 in there that's unused. The breakers have been off since we moved in.
Damn.
And come to find out, both through what TEP, which is our electric company, and the engineer we ended up hiring recommended or told us, is that it takes an act of God to change the address that a service goes to. So they ended up just telling us no, you need to go directly from the 480 transformer in the parking lot to your suite. Okay. You can't even go from the utility room. Do not even try it. I was like, okay.
Because who has it now? They don't know.
It's assigned to one of the suites. Yeah. That's all they know. I don't think they really even looked at it. I think they were just nah, this is just not the way to do it. So once we got that word, normally an electrician would just be okay, I'll find an engineer to do this, blah, blah, blah. Our electrician was hey, the engineer that I've always used flaked out on me for the last 2 jobs, so we're not working with him anymore. Oh. It might be faster if you just find an engineer.
Damn.
And so I emailed one place that looked really professional. They sent back a 8 or 9 questionnaire the next day. I filled it out. Didn't hear anything from them for 3 or 4 days. And I was like, okay, so I'll reach out to some other places, and found another one. Reached out to them at 10 o'clock at night. The next morning, one of their engineers called and said, hey, I'm literally 2 minutes away. Can I stop by and look at the project? I was like, sure. Came by, looked at it, quoted us $1,800. I was like, sold. Sounds great. Let's get this thing going. He was like, oh, I'll say 2 weeks, but it'll probably be quicker than that. I was like, let's do it. Great. I've been waiting 6 weeks to even start this. And then he came back with the first draft of it. And then the first company responded and they were like, oh, $6,600 and we won't guarantee any delivery date and this and this. I was like, oh, so things just worked out as they should.
Yeah.
Like, thanks for not responding for a week.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even respond to him. Like, it's like, if you're going to take a week to even, like, literally, if they had just responded to me, like, we've gotten your answers, we're working on it, I probably wouldn't have gone elsewhere and I would have paid $6,600.
Right.
But they just said nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if they got it.
Yeah.
I like checked 2 days later. I was like, did I send that?
Yeah.
Like, did I send it to drafts by accident or something? I was like, nope, I sent it.
Yeah.
So anyway, the engineering got done. Our electrician made one tiny change. Then within 24 hours, we were permitted and ready to go.
The permitting happening that fast is pretty wild.
I thought it was going to take weeks.
That was, especially like the woes that we know from the NS boys, you know?
Right.
Like the permitting for them took fucking forever.
Yeah.
That was like a holdup for them. So you got permitted like that is like sick.
Oh, it was overnight, literally.
Yeah.
Like they finished the one change, sent back over the new engineering drawing, and then the next morning my electrician was like, hey, got permitting, just sent you the invoice for half. I'm going on a cruise for a week, and when I get back, we'll start working on it. I was
Nice.
like, sick, let's do it. So yeah, they start on the 16th, so in a little over a week.
Nice.
Or not even a week. And yeah, I think it's going to take about a week and a half, something like that, and then we'll have 200 amps of sweet 480.
Yeah, when you said that, when you told me it was like, oh, we're basically happening, I was expecting it to be like months.
Oh, so was I. I was really worried.
Because you also had to upgrade your air.
Yeah.
And that was like a huge thing.
That was, thankfully we had looked ahead, but also been very lazy. So we had bought a second compressor, an identical 10 horsepower variable speed, and an upgraded air dryer last year. Not even, I think it might have been end of 2024. Yeah, and then just never got around to hooking it up. And so it was just sitting there. It was like, oh, great. Okay. Because, yeah, the Flex. So to give some numbers, because I think that this is way early, but like my tip for the week would be like to really dive into these numbers and know what they mean when you buy a big machine like this.
Right.
Like I did a lot of assuming. So like power wise, I assumed that the 20K would be a little more power than the 18K.
Right.
It turns out it takes almost 70% more power, at least on paper.
Yeah.
It's I don't know Gen 1 versus Gen 2, but for Gen 2 machines, it's like 44 amps is what they ask for the 18K and 70 amps for the 20K.
Of
480. Yeah.
Damn.
And then for air, come to dig into the documents a little more, the C-axis purge on the C250 is 8 CFM alone.
That's crazy.
The machine just sitting idle.
Bosses.
Yeah. It's 8 brothers.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the Flex sitting idle with just the spindle running its warm up is 20 CFM.
Wow.
Because that's 8 for the C, all of the axes, the scales have purge, plus it's 2 or 3 for the spindle. So it stacks up quick.
Yeah.
So definitely just keep that in mind as you start looking towards bigger and bigger machines. Like,
wow.
I mean, Andrew, I was the one he was talking about on today's episode where he was talking to a friend about buying a machine and not knowing the numbers. Like I did a lot of assuming and was way wrong.
Right.
It's serious.
Yes. Yeah. When Sencut Sen got the MAMs, they're like looking at because the CFM requirement for each MAM's like 60 or something like that. It's also huge. And they're like, no fucking way. It's like, that's what it is. And you like it's just like a little bit, just kind of like adds up to, and really it's just one of the bigger ones is like when the spindle's at 20K and it's oil over air, it's flowing a lot of air to make sure that the bearings aren't starving.
Yeah. And on top of that, I've never seen this system. I'm sure it's in other machines, but the Hermla air oil spindles not only have air pushing the oil mixture over the bearings, but they use air for a vacuum system to suck the oil out of the bottom of the cartridge as well.
Yeah.
So it's never in your coolant.
Yeah. I don't know about, that's pretty wild.
I've never seen that. Yeah.
Me either.
So, but I've got like a tank on the back of the machine that's for used spindle oil that you have to drain, basically. Or it's like little catch cans, basically. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But back to the air upgrade. So initially we thought it was just because it was on the end of the line. Mm-hmm. And so we spent like a week running we had 3/4 inch copper going all the way down to the flex, and then it ended right there.
Yeah.
And so we ran 1 inch to finish the loop all the way around the other side of the shop.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't enough. And then we realized like, oh, it's not even building pressure. Like when the flex is on and the other C250 is on, it's struggling to like get to 100.
Yeah.
Like and we have it set to like, I think 133 max or 130. Yeah. Which it's fine running nonstop, but it's just not building pressure. So we were like, oh, we're just out of CFM. Thankfully, the Eatons we have can be wired master slave.
Right.
I had seen that in the documentation years ago, and it's very easy and very intelligent. So like we hooked them up with shielded Ethernet. You're supposed to use RS-485 cabling, which is so similar to shielded Ethernet. It was just like, I have Ethernet. Like, why would I not just use this?
Yeah.
Especially because it's going 3 feet or whatever. But you hook it up, you add in a couple parameters. You're like, okay, you're machine 1, you're machine 2. Machine 1 is the master, you're the slave. Here, you give it like a timer. So you're like, okay, when I start you in the morning, you have X number of minutes to build to max pressure. And if you don't get there in that time, kick on the other one.
Yeah.
And then because they're both variable speed too, I can tell it like, okay, you're both variable speed. You can both vary independently of each other to pick up the load when you need it. So like one can be at full bore and then one can be just starting at the low hertz and start picking up. But yeah, it was easy. Like once we got all that hooked up, probably it took way more time to run all the copper. Like that was 3 or 4 days, no, maybe 5 days of work, doing all the drops, figuring all that stuff out, soldering everything. Yeah, thanks. It came out really nice. Like we're very happy with it, but it was just a lot of work. And then, we've got new big hoses made at hose power for like the feeds from each compressor to the tank and all that.
Yeah, that was crispy.
Oh, they look so good.
Yeah.
I wish everything was like that. Like I wish I had the tools to make those hoses. Right. But yeah, it works great now. Like it builds pressure, no problem. I haven't had a single alarm since then. So yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah,
we're getting there. I really wish I had it running right now because the parts I'm working on right now need it.
Right.
Like one of the part numbers was an hour and a half per part. And it's like, there's only 2 of them, but again, I had to run them during daytime.
Right.
The next one's going to be like 2.5 hours, and I've got 2 of them. Another one's going to be like 2 hours, and I've got 4 of them. So
is the holdup like you're still building it out, and is it also like a programming thing as well? I mean,
I'm definitely still not up to speed on Hypermill.
Right.
I'm okay. Like I was able to program the pallet risers and cutting all that with almost 0 difficulty, which is great.
Yeah.
But like encountered today, like I was trying to fix my automation that basically rigs the vices and rigs whatever work holding. I was having a weird issue where it would create the work planes for like the clamping position to the table and the stock attach point.
Yeah.
And then it would finish the automation and they would all shift up by like 3 inches.
Wow.
And so like I banged my head against the wall for 30 or 40 minutes and then asked in the Discord about it, and they didn't have any ideas, and then finally sent it off to automation help. And then their initial thing was like, oh, well, you need to change this folder. And I'm like, I've already changed that folder. Like that was done a month ago. And then Uday got back to me and was like, hey, I fixed it by doing this and this and this. I was like, okay, Cool.
Was it like, did it make sense what he did?
No. I need to dig into it tomorrow. He sent me his version of the script. And so now I need to open it up and compare it and figure out why it's doing what it's doing. I was able to, like, because when it rigs it, I was able to just, you're in the file still. Yeah. So I just moved the work planes down to where they're supposed to be, and it was very quick, and then saved it off.
Right.
And then it's still accessible through my other automation that, like, builds the stock and builds all the work holding and all that stuff. It was just frustrating. Like, it was, very strange. And then I showed you just as you got here.
Right.
I was waiting like 45 minutes for a 3D optimized roughing to generate or calculate. Yeah. Turns out I had done my math wrong because it's a metric tool, and I was copying over speeds and feeds from my other file that in Fusion that was using inch. And I swear I divided it correctly and then just put the number in, and apparently I was 1 decimal place off. So it was trying to do a 1,008 step over instead of a 18 thou step over.
It wasn't trying. It did it.
Eventually, yeah.
It was like, that was one where you're looking at it, it's like, what is going on here? But it's because the spacing.
Oh, yeah. It was just a solid yellow. And I'm like, I clearly screwed something up. Like, this is what surfacing looks like, not what optimized roughing looks like.
Yeah.
Oh man, but those I know I keep waxing poetically about those SX HDCs, but like these parts are in annealed 17.4.
Okay.
Like just condition A, and I'm running with the 8mm one. It's like 5,000 or 6,000 RPM and 285 inches a minute.
Yeah.
Up to full depth, and it has no problem.
Yeah. I've been trying to get those into like more places.
Yeah.
I haven't used it personally, but it's like, I want to use it.
I will say they are very, like, when your parameters are right, they're great.
Yeah.
But they're not like.
It's not like the XFPS.
Well, like there's some tools that some manufacturers make where like you can do something really stupid and it will just like chug through it, and it's just like a tank.
Yeah.
Like I've killed 2 or 3 of these now with like ribs of death. Whereas like, other tools that are not on the bleeding edge.
Right.
Or would just like chug through it and be like, whatever. And like, granted, this was in titanium that they broke.
Right.
So like, it's already kind of a harder material, but.
Yeah, but you like, when you have the like really thin thing, and it's like, oh, an aluminum or whatever, that would just rip off. And here it's like.
Right.
No.
Or even like an E-cut might have been okay because it would have been going slower.
Right.
And has like a kind of a beefier grind.
Yeah, but you still would hear that like that really gnarly like noise, and you're like, oh
yeah.
Did my tool just break? And like most of the time that answer is no. It's just like it's just ripping the fucking rib out of the material, but it's not cutting. It's just ripping. But in sounds like in your case it was the material winning.
Oh yeah.
Did it happen like towards the end of that tool's life, or was it?
They were both used. Yeah. They had already been used in that big project, and then all I was doing was decking the blanks that were left, like the riser material, basically down to 3/4 inch, so that I could just continue to use it at a later date. I was like, well, I've got all this titanium, I might as well like make it usable.
Right.
Which I don't know why I didn't just saw it. Now that I think about it.
Hey, I mean, I think you're in a case, and we've all been there, where I mean, you're working a lot. You have a baby. Your brain isn't exactly, especially Brad was on vacation, so you've been here by yourself, so you're not exactly top notch 24/7. So you just
not even close, man. I'm so mushy. My brain is not doing well lately. But yeah, no. Besides that, things are going well. The shop is kind of in its closer to final state.
Yeah.
Like at least things are where I think they're going to stay. Mm-hmm. Lots of organization. Like you saw those Costco bins that I was telling you about. Yeah, they're cool. Like they take the big 24 gallon green made bins, and there's 4 of them, and they stack.
Yeah.
They also have like a 5x5 grid one that you can buy, but I didn't have 84 inches of wall space that I could just.
That'd be too big.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, it seems like not as, like, what you have there seems very functional, especially because the shop there's a lot more shit going on than last time.
Yeah.
You know, like with the Flex, I mean, the Flex is awesome. They're great, but they're fucking massive, especially with like the tool tower and everything. Like, as you like Lego that bitch together, it just gets so fucking huge. And like, it is pretty wild that you added one machine and it just like, it ate up all the space.
Oh yeah.
There's no space.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not uncomfortable, but it is like, if you had something that was that big, it would be like, it's like, you're not wheeling that around the shop.
Right.
No way.
Yeah. We are out of space now and out of power. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm very happy with the layout, but yeah, we're done in here basically. Like, I think looking forward, if we need more automation before we move, we'll look into like a RoboTrex for the current C250 or the old C250.
Yep.
Because you can manually actuate those, so you don't need the air through the table.
Need an auto door and a robot interface. Does it already have the robot interface?
I don't know, man.
Like, I think the robot interface from Herma, like the stripped down, just like generic ones, like a couple grand or something like that. It's super cheap.
I mean, we'd probably get the tool tower too, so add in whatever it is, 100 grand or whatever. Yeah, but so like,
you'd be looking
still,
at like
so we'd be
300,
three something into, rather than 800 something into another automated C250. So that's on like forward looking. That's kind of like on the edge.
Real quick, isn't it fucking wild? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure we've talked about this before, but it is so funny that like as you go in this industry, that you're just like, oh, 300, that's not bad. Right. It's like that's a fucking house, dude. Like, you know, you're like, it just changes your perception of money so like drastically, where it's like 10 grand. Oh, that's nothing.
Right.
But it is at the same time. But it's like you can easily, you're like, oh, I could justify $300,000 purchase. Like,
right.
It's like, at least it's not 7. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, it's bizarre. Like, I feel bad too. I feel like
it feels weird.
Well, it feels
like
weird
so
and like
flippant about that much money,
especially like for the audience. Like they, you know, in the span of a couple of years, like we've added a Hermla and like moved and all this stuff, and like I don't feel out of touch, but I could see from someone on the outside looking in, being like, oh, you clearly don't know what's going on anymore. Like this, you're so different than who you were.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's the inevitable track, right? Because I mean, like you were on the Impractical Machinist, like you're in year 11, right? You were grinding it out in that tiny little shop for 8-9 years or whatever,
something like that.
Like you started with like a used, like just fucking not. Clapped out's a bit extreme, but like
it was old.
Like this old Kitamura, and then like the TC, right? TC, and then the fucking Speedy, and then like slowly. So it's not like you're some asshole that just like started with, you know, your dad's money or some random investment and dropped this shop together yesterday.
No, that's true. Yeah.
It is like, I mean, if you weren't following along with the podcast, you know, it is like, and weren't like part of like trials and tribulations of like getting this to where it is. And it's not like you don't work crazy fucking hard.
No, I think I mean more that I don't want it to come across flippant when I'm saying things like, oh, like I can justify a $300,000 purchase. It's because things have changed so much. Like, you know, for example, the power, for anybody who wants to know, like the power is going to be 30 grand around there.
Yeah.
But like both Brad and I had independently come up with the number of like 50 grand as our budget.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, if it's over this, we need to like maybe look for another electrician or like try to figure something out. Like obviously we can't let this machine sit.
Yeah.
But like 50 grand was like, okay, we can spend this and be comfortable. But I also fully know that like, I think our first year in business, we made 30 grand.
Right.
And it's like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
to like go that far.
Yeah. Yeah. To where it's like, okay, I'm now spending more than I made my entire first year on just a power upgrade for a machine.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
It's insane. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Oh, it's super cool. Yeah. But like, I wanted to bring that up because I know how crazy those numbers can sound.
Yeah.
But when you just get to a point where like it's the normal. Status quo.
Yeah.
Like,
it just becomes normal. I think like, was it Juan's last episode? Maybe it was his, on one of Juan's more recent episodes, or well, I think he's only been on twice, maybe 3 times.
Maybe.
But he was saying like $100,000 is zero.
Right.
You know? And I think about that like a lot, you know, because it is like at a certain point, if you don't have a certain amount of money, like you are just like, you're at a point where it's a house of cards. This could collapse.
Oh yeah.
Because like you have no reserve or whatever, can't buy material or fucking whatever, you know?
Right.
It starts to get really scary.
Well, and what's crazy is that like I've got friends that I hear their numbers and I'm like, that's insane. Like, what are you talking? Like, you know, they're like, oh, I spend, 30, 40 grand on like bathroom and kitchen supplies per month for the people that I employ. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like that's insane,
Yeah.
So the scales, I mean, there is like I guess a limit at some point, but like,
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, but not really. I mean, look at fucking Hadrian.
Right.
Like they're like it just keeps going and going and going. So
yeah,
I mean,
I can't imagine payroll for a company that size.
Yeah,
because it's not only the machinists and the managers, but the lawyers and the HR personnel and the
they have counsel on staff,
right?
Which is like that's a place where it's like, I could not even imagine being that big.
I don't think I'd want to get that big.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
I guess this is such an interesting tangent, but it's to the point of the numbers becoming to like where 300 becomes wow, or I guess not wow.
Right.
Where the number stops being a wow is, oh, maybe that's where I want to stop.
Right.
Because we've gone up and down like in size, and we found at a certain point, I mean, it's such we're a little bit, I mean, I guess it's the same, but like as long as people are making money for us, it kind of doesn't matter how many, like whether it's like 1 or 3 to a certain extent. It's very weird that way, but it's like the like growing where it's like, oh, growing would be cool because we can take on more stuff, but like because of the type of work that we do, it's like very linear, and it's like, well, we are changing our top line, but the bottom line isn't changing that much. And so like, does this matter?
Right.
And like the spread of people and whatever, where we were at 7, I think in December total, but now we're at 5 with like one of them. I mean, in both situations was like Uber part-time,
right?
But like, we'll talk about that situation later in like couple episodes from now, and I think all the dust has settled, but like it's like there's a point where it like right now it feels correct, and it's like we could see growing further, but also it's nice,
right?
Right. Like, it's like, oh, okay, this is very manageable. We're actually like getting systems, and we've been really working on getting systems in place to the point it's the revenue is working,
right?
And every time we've kind of approached growth, it was like a little too soon. Right. And then it's been tough.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, it just goes to show that cash flow does not equal revenue, or it doesn't equal like profit.
Right. Yes.
And I think that we see that a lot in the machinist community and just in businesses in general. Like even watching, Shark Tank or something. Yeah. Like somebody will be like, oh yeah, we, sold $20 million. And they're like, yeah, but what'd you make? And they're like, oh, like $200,000. You're like, oof, like 1%.
It's
that's it.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah.
And I'm like talking to it's so fascinating because I talked to like when I was in Texas, I got to stay with my cousin and his family and everything. And he's a minority owner of a roofing company that's doing roofs for fucking AWS or whatever, like data centers.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And he's like, top line 66 mil and at like 10%. And I was like, damn, that's good. And it's so funny because he's looking at what we do. Like I was showing him the stuff we were doing for Tyson or whatever. He's like, I can't even fathom doing that. I mean, I'm making no money doing this. Right. I mean, I'm having a good time and we are making money, but it's not like that.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, it's so crazy. I don't know. It just seems normal. And he's in spreadsheets or whatever all day and it's just cranking cash and they have huge company. But they have, because of building materials and all this other stuff, his woes are the whole immigration thing and whatever is affecting their business kind of intense, like in an intense way. It's just different problems.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, same thing. The numbers that he's talking about are just multi-million-dollar projects. You're like, fuck, that seems really scary.
Right.
Like the biggest project we've done in the last year, we just sold it, is like 56,000 total, or something like that. And 16 of that is building fixtures and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, and that's fairly recent. That's in the new system. And I'm really excited for that one. That one starts in a couple weeks. But it's weird to think of a project like that versus 5.6 million, It'd be like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scale is absolutely bizarre.
Yeah.
It really is.
And yeah, I guess to that, I mean, again, the weird is I could not imagine or even fathom or think would want anywhere close to 150 people.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, because that's what it takes to run an organization that big. And like, yeah, I mean, the shop that I was working at before doing ZC was like 100. It was 150 pre-COVID and then 100 after COVID, or like quote unquote after COVID. I wasn't there after COVID. Right. I left in September or whatever, but it went to a lot of people left and only 100 came back. And there was no change to the output whatsoever, which was pretty wild.
Yeah.
But there's just so much shit going on there that you just see the degradation in quality, not of the output necessarily, but the systems start to degrade and everything. It just starts to get harder and harder to manage everything because you're not going to have 100 studs,
right?
As much as you would like to. I mean, I have trouble finding even decent people. We pay decent money, but most people aren't as good as they think they are.
Right.
No offense or whatever, but
I mean, I think everybody's struggling with that.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who is like, oh, I tried to hire somebody and it was super easy.
Yeah, it was cake. They did exactly what I thought they were going to do. Yeah. And they said they did everything they said they could. And tight. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fucking wild situation of revenue to growth and what's acceptable and what you're willing to accept. It is weird to think, where would you want to end up,
Yeah. I don't know. I that many people is too many. Like, for sure. Like,
because I mean, right now you don't even have one employee,
right?
So is it like 5?
I think
10,
maybe a max of 10 or 15.
Yeah,
is what I see us growing to.
Yeah. What is Juan at now?
I don't even know anymore.
I know, he's just every time he's hired more people. It's what do you got, like 50?
Right.
Not that many. But.
No, it's not. I also don't know if you count in-fab people with his or
yeah.
But anyway, the last thing, I guess, we bought another H2D, which was kind of a
yeah.
Just to wrap up, like updates, we had another X1C, but I was printing all of those now useless pallet covers, and really, like, I had noticed over the last few weeks that both Brad and I gravitated towards the H2D. Like neither of us wanted to use the X1C. It was like, okay, I have to use this one now.
Right.
Just because like the little things that the H series does better, like it's a little faster to start.
Right.
The cameras are better seemingly to like detect spaghetti and all that stuff. Having more of a build plate is really, really nice for like bigger prints or more of one print.
Yeah.
The new AMSs seem like they feed a little better, all that stuff. And so one day I just got fed up and I was like, all right, screw it. I'll buy it. And then
where's the X1C?
Our Hermotech bought it. He bought both of our other ones.
Cool.
I gave him a crazy deal too, because since they got rid of the X1C, I was like, well, the nearest competitor, or like the nearest
P2S
is the P2S or P2S, whatever. And so I was like, well, I'll go a couple $100 under the P2S AMS combo, because like, why would he buy mine? So I sold it to him for a screaming deal, and he was already coming down for. There was like a few small tweaks that the Flex needed. So like one of the wash down lines was leaking. The actual I thought it was leaking in between the sheet metal onto the conveyor, and it turned out that it was actually the pipe that goes up to the wash down was leaking, and so he had to just take it apart and tighten it a little bit more, and that was fine.
Interesting.
But I'm glad he came out and did that. And then also our first C250, he had done some accelerate. He just dropped the acceleration a little bit, just so it's one of their smallest machines. It's on 3 feet, and it likes to walk if it's not like on perfect, 8, 10 inch, 12 inch concrete kind of thing.
Okay, I thought that when you said the XY acceleration, that was on the Flex, like for the robot.
Oh, no. The robot is turned down right now, but that's mainly just because I'm trying to limit how much power we're pulling from that line.
Yeah.
No, that's on the XY on the machine itself.
Okay.
So he turned down, from what I saw of the parameters he tweaked, he turned down acceleration and jerk, which is the rate of change of acceleration.
Yeah. Still fast as shit.
Oh, it's like, plenty fast, dude.
Those things are so fast. Yeah. It's crazy.
I'm not hurting for speed, and especially now that it's automated, I'm definitely not hurting for speed.
Yeah,
like
I really want to fuck with the C22. Don't you want to fuck with the C22?
I would replace both of mine with C22s in a heartbeat, but I don't have an additional $300-400 grand per machine.
Well, hold on. I'm not saying I want to buy one. I'm just saying I want to fuck with one.
Oh, I would love them. Yeah. Like having the direct drive CNA axis.
Apparently, just like scary fast.
Oh yeah. And you can get the ultra precision package on both of them, and all that fun stuff.
You can't do that on these? Interesting.
At least I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some way to
they probably
ask them nicely, but
they're probably like, if we allowed that to happen, nobody's buying the high performance series or whatever.
My guess is that if they allowed it, the retrofit would cost the same as the differential to a C22 or a C32 or whatever. So like, why would you?
Right.
I mean, one day we'll definitely get high performance machines, but that's
a ways off.
I mean, I think for our same, I didn't get like official numbers, but I think for our same package machine, if we got a C22 with an HS Flex versus a 250, it's like 1.1 or 1.2. Damn. So it's like almost 300 grand more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot.
You're probably not seeing the difference in that.
Not for what we're doing. Yeah. Like I'm not making production impellers or something, like where I really need the full 5 constantly every day, all day kind of thing. Like I'm more than happy with what I'm getting.
How fucking fast I'm deburring right now.
Right. Exactly. Like I'm more than happy with what I have right now on the C250. It's just so good.
Yeah.
It really is. And like, I guess that's another update. Like I had no TNC 7 experience before the new machine.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah. Like the little tweaks they've made between the 640 and this. You never have done 640. But
I never really touched the 640, but I did find the TNC 7 like incredibly intuitive.
Yeah, it's just so nice, and like you can change every screen. You can choose what is where and what is displayed, and favorite certain items so they pop up. Simple things like copy paste between fields that you can't do on a 640.
Yeah.
The little drop down now for all of the error messages and alerts and stuff.
The CE button right next to it, so you can just like hit it.
Yeah.
Like clear the alarms right
It actually tells you when you turn on the machine to hit the CE button. It's not just like a blank hide and hide screen.
It's like, well, do something.
Yeah. You should probably figure it out. It's nice. Like it's really, really nice. And I do notice that the machine with the new drives and 480, like I don't know if it's the 480 volt or if it's the new Heidenhain drives, but like it does seem like it's, even with the same reduction in accelerations, I think it's a little faster and a little smoother almost.
Interesting.
It's, I guess, very, very minor, but it's like something I definitely notice.
So when you do the power upgrade, you're putting the old 250 on 480 power?
Potentially. Yeah. That's initially we're not going to.
Right.
But I need to reach out to Maddox, who makes the transformers.
Okay.
Because they have a program on their website that says you can sell them your old transformers. And so, and they, from what I understand, they sell refurbished transformers. So I'm going to kind of see like, hey,
if you can sell the step up,
can I give you my step up and like $100 and pay for shipping for a step down to come back my way?
Right.
Because we'll have more than enough overhead. Like I think we're going to feed the Flex 100 amps total, and that should be more than enough.
Yeah.
And then the current C250 will take 40, if that.
Yeah.
Not even 40 because it'll be stepped down a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like 30, I think.
Nice.
So we'll have more than enough overhead. And it'd be nice to get both of those machines off of the 208.
Right.
And I think it'll be a little more efficient coming down from 480.
So you'll have 200 amps of 480 and is it 300
amps of 208. But nice. The 300 amps is split up into 300 amp panels. Yeah. And that was like kind of the issue is, if we had all 300 going to one panel, we could have just bumped up the breaker for the Flex and been fine. Yeah. But there's just no way. And there's no way in the utility room to even bump up the main breakers to go up any higher than 100 amps.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because that was another thing we explored of like, well, if we can just get like 150 amps into one of the panels, we'll be fine.
Right.
But there's just no way. So
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's bizarre.
Yeah. You're maxed out.
Yeah. But not for long, which is great. Like we'll actually have overhead once we get those two machines off of the 208.
Yeah.
Which will be crazy. Like
I guess you could put like a really gnarly CMM in here or something.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, let's get into some questions, dude.
Yeah.
We've got some from the Patreon, some from Instagram. From the Patreon, Natan says, if you were building a highly specialized machine shop focused on a specific capability, could be size, material, diamond turning, CNC grinding, gear cutting, etc., based on real demand and lack of supply you've seen, what would you do?
Shout out Natan. I'm going to see him on Wednesday.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I think I would get like a really big bridge mill and do like isogrid aerospace stuff. That's like from what I can tell right now, like really long, like big, like beam shit with like angled holes and stuff. That's just kind of like hard to do any other way, but like 5-axis bridge mill and being able to do like domed, like there's a lot of like, I've seen a lot of like domed isogrid parts.
Oh, really?
And stuff.
Okay.
Like it's all satellite shit.
Right.
So like domed isogrid shit and then long links basically with like angled holes. 5-axis bridge mill. I think you'd spend $1 million on that machine, but you would be in like pretty gnarly niche.
Right.
Especially if you were in like him or whatever in the Bay Area. Like there's so many fucking aerospace startups that's like, hey, I have this capability. You just like there's one shop that I know of, like really, like there's like maybe 2 shops in the Bay Area that have that capability. You could just like, I think you just like, if you have the connections, obviously, like you can basically start printing money like right away. That's awesome. That's what I would do.
I think I would do wire EDM.
That's a good one.
I feel like as someone who has struggled to find a good wire supplier in the past, it seems like it's only dying right now.
Yeah.
And like I know a lot of shops that are bringing it in-house but aren't experts on it. I haven't talked to Sean at Rockies in years. I feel like I tried to reach out to him a few years ago to see what he was up to. Rockies Wire EDM. Okay. They're like out in the Bay Area. I met him at, I think, the first IMTS I ever went to.
Damn.
Super cool dude.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard from him since.
There was a shop in Chandler. I think it was literally called Chandler EDM. That's all they did. Where they had like a shitload of like Mitsubishi wires. And like they were really good.
I had a guy here locally that was fantastic, Bob. And then he broke his back, I think. Like I sent him an RFQ and they were like, hey,
Bob's cooked.
We're closed for an indeterminate amount of time. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Hope you get better. Like him and his wife were fantastic people. Yeah. And it was like such a bummer because he was like one of those true old time guys, which just like had a few wire EDMs, had a few syncer EDMs, and just did killer work.
Nice.
So I need to reach out just to see how he is, actually. That's a good reminder. His other question was, when does it make more sense to duplicate machines versus diversify capabilities? For example, is it better to standardize, for example, all large 5-axis machines with all TSC, high-speed spindles, pallet pools, or to diversify, easier lower capex, fewer high-end features on most machines, and maybe only one fully optioned machines while the others are cheaper to run?
I think I'm going to quote you on this is like, I think duplicating is the way to go. And maybe like some combination of the two, like you can diversify, but does not really pan out to be like, to have like 1 because you essentially created like a very fragile business, like where like if one goes down, now that section of the business, like, I mean, I don't know. There's like, based on what I've seen from you specifically and like others, like the servants, you know, where it's like duplicating processes kind of gets you into your specialization, right? Yeah. Where like you had only brothers and then like you got into a 5-axis because your customers were like, fucking do this. Yeah. And so, but like, and as you did it, like you like quote unquote fell into the trap of a 5-axis, which is like, well, now I need another one.
Right. Yeah. So every part is a 5-axis part. Yeah. I've got a part in my queue right now that I bought material to do it on the Hermla. Yeah. And I looked at it today and I was like, you are the dumbest person on the planet. Like it is the most straightforward 3. I could have knocked it out today while I was waiting on other jobs to run. Yeah. I was like, why would you do this to yourself? Yeah. It was the dumbest thing I've ever, like, not the dumbest thing I've ever done. I've done a lot of dumb things, but the dumbest thing this week at least. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that duplicate machines makes a lot of sense. I think eventually you do branch out into other things and then you have to add more to that. Mm-hmm. I think the second part of the question, or the part that is maybe unspoken there, is like, I don't see buying lower. I see a lot of people. Yeah, I see a lot of people advocating for like, oh, don't get those options. And like, if you're buying a machine in cast, yes, sure, $20,000 in options is a lot more to save up for than one machine. But if you're financing it, it's like
you get the best machine in your budget range.
And it's like $200 or $300 more a month to have more capabilities. And I'm not saying like, oh, buy that diamond turning attachment for your mill, but I'm saying like, don't skimp out on probes. Don't skimp out on TSC.
Well, I mean, in the case of Hermla number 1, which you didn't buy, like, so it's really like, I mean, this isn't you, but like not buying that machine automation ready means that now it is like impossible / so cost prohibitive it might as well be impossible to upgrade it later. And like, will I use it? I think I was talking to Justin and I we've been recording that my tool library is better than yours series, but like we were talking about robo drills, and like I see a lot of people with like 10K robo drills, and I'm like, I think that's absurd personally, right? Because like it's the 10K is torquier. Like, I mean, it's technically yes, but it's not so torquey that it's going to make a really big difference. Right. You know, to the point of, it's not like, oh, if I get the 24K versus if I get the 10K, it's like having a 40 taper versus the 24K is like having a 30 taper. It's like, you can still do the same shit and the machines move so fast, it doesn't matter. Right. It's like, you can't go backwards. Like, just buy the fucking 24K machine. Yeah. It is more expensive, but it's like, you don't know always what you're going to be doing forever.
Well, right? I think the more egregious one, you're talking about I think the most egregious one is people who buy the 8100 RPM spindle from
Haas. That is crazy. Yeah.
Like the fact that they still offer that is crazy, and the fact that people still buy it.
And I'm pretty sure like the 8100 to like 10K or 12K is like a fucking software option.
There's one in there. I don't know if it's that or if it's the 12 to 15, but one of those was or is a software option. But regardless, like I don't think you should ever buy a modern machine with less than 10,000 RPM. Yeah. And like realistically now that I've got more RPM, like I wouldn't want less than 16 or 15, like if I can help it.
Right. 15 seems, I say that as like a guy with 12.
Right. But you would like 15.
I would like 15.
Yeah.
I think I spec'd out 15, but they're like, hey, this machine is like $30,000 less if you get it with 12 instead. And I was like, I can't live with that.
Right. I feel like I'm making fixtures I'm not surfacing all day.
Yeah, kind of so it's like, this is totally fine for me.
Yeah. But I would say like, the second part of that, I'm not saying like check every single box on every single machine, but like don't skimp out on the stuff that you're going to use. Like I know people who haven't bought probing, or like for me, I regret not buying a conveyor for every one of my brothers.
Right.
Because scooping chips is stupid and I hate it.
It sucks.
And like it would have cost me a few $100s more a month for the life of the loan, and I would have been infinitely happier.
Right. Right.
So like those are the kind of things that I'm like, don't skimp out on that. Yeah. Like it's just so useful. And same with like TSC. Like I think you should not buy a modern machine without TSC. Right. Like that's not to say like if you're buying used machines, that's an entirely different story. But like if you're buying a new machine, get TSC.
Yeah. Holy Trinity, TSC, probing, some kind of conveyor.
Yeah.
You know, like if anything, those three like are, I mean, at the very least, you're like kind of automation prepped a little bit,
right?
You know, in that situation, and like you're quote unquote like future proofed. Because some machines, if you don't get it with TSC, you're never getting it with TSC, which is fucking wild. But it's like, you know, that's just them's the breaks. And it's like, can I add it? Like, nah.
Right.
Like, sorry, buy another one. And it's like, was it worth it to like save that money? And now you have to like, you want that capability and you just can't.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
I completely agree. Those are all TSC and conveyors are both options that I did not buy with 2 out of my 3 Speedios.
Yeah.
And I've regretted it every single time.
Right.
And I would have been fine paying that little bit more.
Yeah. We got Matt at Modern Fuel to buy TSC for his robo drill. It was prepped, but he didn't have it. So he spent like the 20 grand or whatever it was to get it. And he's like, is this like, do I really need to? Because we were putting it like getting him into, he does a lot of stainless work. And it's like, yeah, we can speed up your programs a lot with like the SX HDC or whatever. But even like making like just like fixtures in aluminum, you're like drilling holes at like 90 inches a minute. And he's like, is this really worth it? And then we drill the hole and he's like, yeah, that was worth it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and like cleaning it becomes so much easier. Like I just bought another 2 of those CNC. Oh man, I'm in a space. John Holiday makes them.
Right.
And they're
the sprayer.
The CNC sprayer.
The squirter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like that's another thing. Like I've started using that every day. Like before I turn off the machine for the night, it's the duplicate of my warm-up program in the Hermlas. Brings up that, spins it at 50 RPM,
right,
and washes down the whole machine. And it's like, I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Cool. Like,
that's sweet.
Yeah. But like I couldn't do that without TSC. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend those. I guess, doesn't Haas or some other builder classify those as like productivity options?
I think some other builder.
Somebody does.
But yeah.
Like I would never skimp on the productivity options, I guess.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No way. That was like a non-starter.
Yeah. It's like buying a car in 2026 without cruise control.
Right.
It's like, you're going to use it.
Yeah.
Like
Probably.
You don't need it, but you're going to use it and you're going to like it.
Yeah.
All right. Sequoia Manufacturing. Hey, Zap and Dylan. Dylan, because you focus on fast turn prototypes, I'm curious how you approach shop rates when the lead time is 2 to 3 days compared to a week or longer. Also curious from your and Zap's perspective, how do you guys think about win rate so you're not leaving money on the table? Cheers. our shop rate is the same no matter what.
Yeah.
It does, like I've said it before, I don't care if you want to pay me to sweep my floor or if you want to pay me to make a crazy complicated Invar part.
Right.
We are two people. We are people hour limited.
Yep.
So it just doesn't matter. Like,
yeah,
I might charge you more if you want me to push work out of the way, but like my base shop rate never goes below that. Like if somebody comes to me and is like, you can do it in 3 weeks, and it's like, great. It is still our shop rate.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, frankly, you explained this really perfectly on Impractical Machinist, which is like the opportunity cost of doing shit for cheaper. Like anytime we've compromised on price because we thought a project was cool or whatever, we wanted to win the business so bad, you just fuck yourself so hard that it's like, well, that wasn't even worth it.
Right.
You know, like, cause you're like hoping that you get more off of doing it for cheap, but like really you just set a fucked up precedent like that. Now you're always going to do it that cheap.
Right.
And so this cool project you did just turns into something that like is a nightmare to deal with.
Exactly.
And possibly a nightmare customer to deal with.
Yeah. Cause I think that's the thing I might not have said on there is that if you do it for cheap and you win that work, they're going to expect cheap work. So the second time when you don't cheap out,
right,
you're probably not going to win that work.
Yeah.
So now you've like doubly shot yourself in the foot. You've lost money on the first job and won't get a second job guaranteed. Where if you held your guns, they might say no to the first one, but then come back when there is something that fits your unique capabilities at your price point.
Yep. And then what was the second thing? Oh yeah.
Win rate.
I guess like, hold on. Like for us, our prices are fully transparent on the website. Like, and we do like lower them, but we lower it based on, cause like it's all upfront pricing. Like the more hours you buy, the cheaper it is. So it's like we just make the trade-off for making less money per hour for having better cash, a better cash position. Win rate.
Well, real quick, I will say too, like, I don't quote our shop. I don't say our shop rate on here, not because I'm weird about it, but because I don't use a shop rate much anymore as like the bar. It is not cost plus materials. It is value given.
Yes.
So like we've talked about, like I've been kicking around the idea of like emergency machining services and like how to quantify that.
Yeah.
And that's more what we charge for. And so it's like more of a project basis and timeline basis and all of that.
Yeah.
I have a shop rate in paperless just because you have to have something to start it off of. But like that number very rarely just gets stuck at whatever it auto calculates.
Right. Because, that's a fair point. It's like, I mean, for like, I guess we do it kind of like the opposite way because we sell the hours ahead of time. If people like, oh, I need shit. Like we had a customer, Doug's been fucking crushing lately. Like it's been so sick. And we have a customer in Minnesota that's like 40 minutes from him that's been doing a shitload of work with us.
Oh, that's amazing.
And so, like we did like basically a turnkey for them. It's more like a share key because they like were handing us off like turned blanks or whatever. Doug programmed it, went down there, got it set up. It was working. Then they fucked up. Like they didn't tighten parts down.
Oh, no.
And so they wrecked it. And it was like, oh, well, it's like, you guys can fix it like this. And they're like, we don't have time. You got to come in and get it done. And it's like, okay, well, you know, like we're now pushing stuff aside. So it, like, we're going to like, and we like have a lot of, it's like, we're going to, the cost per hour is the same, but the hour per hour is different, you know, where it's like that hour is actually like every hour is like 1.5 hours. And like, I mean, frankly, it doesn't matter on the customer side. So it's like, for the most part, when we're doing shit like that, it's like we need more, you need to buy more hours. And they're like, okay.
Right.
You know, but we're not hitting them for like, it's like, you need to buy fucking 15 grand worth of hours right now. It's like, we need like 10, 20, whatever. And they're like, okay, yeah. That's like, well, if this machine isn't making me money because we fucked it up and we need you to fix it, like, here you go.
Right.
So it is like the whole value of it all is like, Michael Morton and I were talking about this, about like the potential of increasing like our prices, and it's like, well, this thing that costs $4,500, if we increase it to like $5,500, is like that big of a difference? If like the outcome, if they need the outcome like bad enough, like does it matter that much? It's drops in a bucket. If you like go like in certain cases, you start calculating like, oh, this is for 1,000 parts. Like it's like an extra. It's like $4.50 or $5.50 per part on the turnkey. So
I mean, you've told me that you've saved companies millions of dollars.
Yes, it is wild. Like the company who is fucking around with our money in California, who my favorite part about that is the largest project we've sold in the new system is to that same company at their sister site in Massachusetts. And then the second shift lead was like, oh, he texted me randomly. He's like, we're making so many fucking parts with your programs. And it's like, that's right.
Right.
That's why you don't fuck with us. It's fuck you, man. Like, it's like we cut your cycle time in half. Why are you fucking with me?
Right.
Like, it's like this helped you secure a $35 million PO and you're fucking with me for like $20,000.
Right.
Like, eat my ass, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
literally a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
For that. Yeah. It's insane. Absolutely insane.
Got
Sorry, I interrupted you when you were talking about win rate.
And like win rate, I mean, it really depends on how busy we are. Like we quoted a job in Portland that would have been cool, but at the same time, it's like they started taking so long, and like they were like, oh, we're quoting other people, and it's like, okay, like we're probably gonna lose that. But it was also like if we win, we're kind of fucked.
Right.
And so it's like I'm okay to lose it.
You want to lose some. I think
it's okay.
I think they say 60 to 70% or 50 to 60% win rate is what you should be shooting for.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, the person was local and cheaper. And it's like, cool.
Great.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Like, are they good? I don't even know who that could be. So like, maybe they're fine.
Right.
Like, but I know. Cool. Like, I was like, it was one of those ones where you like lose and you're like, I'm kind of relieved by this.
Like, thank goodness.
Especially with how like some of the other things that we have like are shaking out, like our schedule, like we would have been needing to start like right now, which we probably could have done and like made it work, but we have like such an extensive backlog that we've been like cranking through. Like I think between Doug and I over the last 2 weeks, we've completed like 6 projects or something like that, just like fucking cranking. Once we realized like this was like the whole kind of goes back to like the right sizing of the business. Well, we were talking about growth and how we went from 7 to 5, but we realized like we were taking on like the work of 3 or 4 engineers, but really there was 2 of us that were like fully capable of doing all the work that we were actually winning. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, oh man, like Doug and I are really fucking busy. And a lot of that is like I can't expect Doug to like output like I output, you know, cause like it's just different.
Right.
Which is like fine once we're there, but it's like, okay, we just need to, now that we've focused, like having the shop has been really nice because like Michael Moore, like I guess like we've successfully so far like stuck the flag in Boise, and I've been there a lot more, and Michael Morton and I can be together in front of a whiteboard. We just like, we're the whole thing, like the whole like piece of software came from is a whiteboard with some sticky notes, like just like destroyed Asana. And it's like, all right, we need to do something else, but it needs to be digital because like this isn't really functional for us. And so that's been huge. And like we were just getting really, I mean, this back to the win rate is like, we're just getting like stressed out about winning work. And it's like, oh, okay. We've done a good job of like our pricing is pretty good and all this other bullshit. It's like, but if we win, we're just kind of like digging a deeper hole. And so it's like, and it's one of the first times in a long time where I'm like, I feel good. Like it feels weird to say like, I feel good about losing.
Right.
You know? It's like, oh.
I mean, that all goes back to the pumpkin plan again. Like,
Yes.
I'm going to keep pushing that book on this audience until everybody has read it, because it really is so, like, it's so incredibly hard to say no and to push your prices and stuff to the point where you're getting no back too.
Right.
But man, it's where you need to be.
Right.
Like, you need to find that groove, that pocket that fits you perfectly. Cause like, if everyone's saying, yeah, your prices are great, you're just going to be so overwhelmed so quickly.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah. And we found it, a couple times, and it's like, man, like, yeah, it is worse, because then people, like, you can't do all the work, or you start to be able to, like, or you're just stressed the fuck out all the time. It's like, am I actually making money on this?
Right.
Like,
well, it's like, would you rather do 10 $100,000 jobs or $1 million job?
Right.
And it's like, I'd much rather do the one job, because then I can focus on it, and I can do my best, and I can really, like, sink my teeth into it.
Yeah.
And like, that's the choice you're having to make.
Right. It's why I like to go on, like, as a total tangent. It's why I like to go on site to customers, even if I'm just doing, like, fusion work, because I can, like, if I'm doing it, I can lock in so fucking hard of, like, my phone's on Do Not Disturb, and I'm just, like, cranking on, like, whatever. And it's like, cool, we did it. All right, bye. As opposed to, like, I'm trying to, like, pick at all these little things and do whatever, because it's so, I mean, like, I hate working from home. Yeah. For that reason, is like the side quest is always calling.
Yeah. Something you said, I don't remember what it was, reminded me in my update. Something I forgot to say was that we're pretty close to testing our first coolant system stuff. Right. As far as, like, I posted about it on Instagram. Right. Didn't talk about it at all on the podcast, because I don't think I had them when we talked last.
Right.
But we bought a refractometer and a radar level sensor from Keyence. Yeah. And the refractometer is, from what I can find, the cheapest on the market.
Right. It was like $700.
I think it was even less than that. I'd have to go look.
Yeah.
But big thanks to Brad at Revolute Machine. I think I'm saying that right. I don't think it's Revolute Machining, but yeah, Revolute Machine. He's big into the Home Assistant stuff right now. He's been posting a bunch of really cool stuff on Instagram if you're not following him. But we're going to be piping all of that through into Home Assistant, and then being able to display, like, my ideal is, the doorway right by the F that goes into the kitchen.
Yeah.
I want to hang a 55-inch TV over that, and eventually just have every single machine's coolant level and concentration. And then also, I think I can do it in Home Assistant. I haven't played around with it enough, but have next to it, like, 30 gallons at 2% to full. Like,
I mean, dude, whatever you can't do in Home Assist, like, I'm positive, like, Claude Code, you could just do whatever, especially if it's just in this building. You could host it locally on, like, any of the fucking computers that you're doing. You don't have to really think about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I've already got the license server computer just sitting there running, so that'll be perfect. All right. Next up, Job Shopper TN. What's up?
Yeah.
Financing versus buying cheap for cash to start, asking for a friend.
Like, I've done both. I guess, like, I bought the Matsura cash. Right. Like, I mean, I guess, like, how cheap is cheap? Right. Like, the Matsura was a screaming deal. That, because it was the machine, the air compressor, the auxiliary tank, the dryer, vices, and tooling for 10 grand, but to be fair, in that situation, the machine was broken. Right. And I was able to trade Selway, like, part of a turnkey for them to fix it. So I got, like, a baller machine for almost nothing. Right. Plus, like, I still use that compressor. Like, it's an Atlas Copco GA7, which is like $10,000 brand new. Damn. It's old. Like, it's from like 2000 or something. It still runs, but, like, we're about to, like, it needs service. It hasn't had service since 2016 or something like that. So like there's a really good, there's a guy in Boise who's like sick. Like he's a really, really good, he came out and he's going to do the service on it. Cause we're like, we just can't, like, if we need the machine, same type of deal is like, we just can't afford for it to go down, even though like if it costs $1,000 to service it, like it's not 10, you know? So like, if you can find a good deal, like it's just such a risk, I guess. Like, and it also depends on like how hard you're going into it, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you're diving in like feet first, whole hog finance, right?
100%.
Buy the new machine.
Yeah, because you can't afford to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're starting like a garage shop or like you guys were doing, where it's like kind of like a side hustle growing into something, like it's more practical to like keep your like cash, like your cash outlay like really, really low. Just buy the machine, and like if it's in your garage, like then you have like a one-time expense, and like your electricity goes up a little bit and you're like fine.
Exactly.
And then you can kind of like build it, find your niche, and like if you need to like fix your machine up a bunch, you can do that, whatever. But if you're going like hard as hell, just finance it. Yeah. Don't think twice.
Well, and I'd say like if you're going to buy a used machine, buy one that you like know the owner, or you are familiar with the machine. Like we bought our Kitamura because I had worked on Kitamuras.
Right.
Not only like run parts, but like replace spindle drives and replace, done parameters and all that stuff. And like, yes, the Yaznak part of it was new, but I knew I could figure it out. I knew how to get support. So like if you're going to buy, a Haas that a friend has owned for many years and you know the condition, great. But like don't, if you see like a 2016 Ganesh machine that you're like, oh, it looks so great, but I've never heard of them,
The one that's come up a bunch, like seemingly is like, damn, this fucking Hitachi Seiki. No.
Don't get it.
Don't. Yeah. It's like, they're great. They're awesome. Like when they work.
They don't exist anymore though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's some of these machines, it's like, I mean, I guess to that point is like, who is supporting that machine in your area? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're going to talk to them, and like, were they supporting that machine when it was that old?
Right.
Like,
and do parts still exist?
Yeah, because I mean, Hermel is direct now, but for the longest time, it was like a revolving door of dealers.
Oh yeah,
and that's like terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, well, we're new to this, and like we have a different tech. You'll have a different tech every time, and that's like, it's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Well, and even like brands that still exist have models that don't have parts.
Right.
So like we had a Matsura at my last job that it was one of the high speed arms, and the hydraulic unit went on in it. And Matsura told us, they were like, it just doesn't exist anymore. Like, good luck.
That is that is the reason why we don't have the Matsura anymore, because it just started throwing tools, and they spent like $12,000 to fix it, because they're like, oh, it's the hydraulic unit, whatever. So that's $12,000 to fix the hydraulic unit. It didn't fix the problem, and they're like, well, we can spend another 14 to like basically make the parts for the fucking tool changer, and it's like, and it'll take as long as it takes to get the parts and whatever, and it's like, no. Well, that's a down payment.
Yeah.
That's like, it's like, I already spent one down payment to try and fix it, and it didn't work. I'm not going to spend another down payment to hopefully fix it and have the machine down.
Yeah.
Especially at that time, like we were doing a lot more fixture work, and so it's like, I will just buy the fucking Haas.
Yeah.
And like, Haas is the way to go. Like, if you're going to, they'll finance anybody. Really. Yeah. Like, if you have a Pulse, like, they make you personally liable for it. Like, you're probably going to pay like 2%, which like is just an absurdly low rate. Because if you don't pay for it, they're just fucking come take it, like, and sell it again and whatever else. And I mean, part of the whole reason like their financing is the way it is like, it's a fucking tax loophole for them.
They own the bank.
Yeah. Right.
If you're going used do not get a X Automotive Brother or RoboDrill either.
Oh yeah, clapped.
Those things are clapped out, and you'll usually know that they are from an automotive place because they'll have auto doors on the sides.
Yeah,
from when they were robot loaded, and those things are just so clapped out. Do not get them.
Machines that were only cutting graphite, machines that were like cutting ceramics. Be wary of like if you get your eyes on the machine, like I would, obviously it's like don't buy. I mean, you don't buy, but like probably don't buy a machine sight unseen.
Yeah,
you know,
don't buy. There's a rash of office mills, I think they are. Like AJ has one. There's another guy in the Discord that had one that they only cut ceramic.
Yeah.
So they're just full of like Maycore or something.
Yeah.
And it's just gross.
Yeah.
And like it destroys the ball screws and the linear guides and like don't get those. I know that AJ's gone through hell and back getting his to where it is, and like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Let's see. Eric Schneider says, can you guys talk about work holding? Do you find a single vise pyramid riser better than a fixture plate with 2 risers and 2 vices? Easier for most parts? What about tooling? For finishing stuff, how long do your ball end mills usually stick out of your PG holders, or do you prefer smaller diameters like 16th or larger balls like 1/4 inch for most applications? Talk to me as a buyer. He's tooling up a 5-axis for the most common use cases.
Interesting. I've talked to like a couple people that are like doing job shop work or whatever, and they're like, I want to get a pyramid, and my immediate response almost always is why?
Right.
You know, it's like well, because I could do like part density or whatever, but it's like 0 to 100 of like you don't until you have a like really dialed in process for like a single part like workflow, like adding a pyramid is it just like adds a weird level of complexity that you just don't really need right away. I think it's something to grow into. What was the second thing you said?
Talking about finishings, like how long of ball end mills do you stick out? Do you use smaller ones or larger ones?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the fucked up thing is like, per usual, is like it all depends. Like, we need to make a fucking shirt that says it depends. Oh, we're gonna have the just fucking cut shirts pretty soon, I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm very excited for this. But are you doing job shop work? Like what can you afford?
Right.
You know? Is like I personally I think you're probably the same way as unless it's for something specific, it's going to be a very like middle of the road type of like stick out where I might not be perfectly optimized, but I know but my like speeds and feeds are dialed. So it's like, I can reach a lot of shit with this. I can cut most of the parts that I think I'm going to cut with this. And I'm not going to be like tearing up, like I'm not going to be burning it down, but also I just want to be able to I went on a big rant about this. I mean, surprise. But like with Justin is again, the goal, like if it's job shop work, especially and you subscribe to this, is I want to get the program on the machine as fast as possible. So the parts are off the machine as fast as possible with good. Right. Like, not saying I want the fastest cycle time. I mean, I want the run to be done quickly, and efficiently, where it's like this program is going to make me a good part and I can ship it. Cause I mean, the goal is the goal, right? Like Eliyahu Goldratt throughput. I want to get that part in and out of the shop as quickly as possible. How do I achieve that?
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to Stone about that yesterday because I was telling him I've got the first hour of roughing done. I'm going to start that, and then I'm going to go back and finish programming. I'll break stuff up like that. I think Phil Butterworth talked about that in his AU class or whatever years ago.
Yeah.
And that's how quickly I'm getting stuff on. Is I know that the roughing is going to take 20 minutes. Great. I can finish building my tools for the rest of the program in that time.
It's you don't necessarily it's a weird optimization game of what are you optimizing for? Are you optimizing for like speed or whatever. And like, I mean, at the end of the day, like what makes you money is having like good throughput.
Right.
Right. And so like having like the smallest diameter or the biggest diameter or like the stick out being whatever is like, I mean, what types of parts are you cutting?
Exactly.
You know? Like,
I think that's what I'm like. So for example, to go through, I'm like the pyramid riser.
Yeah.
If your parts don't need angles past that, then sure, maybe it's a good fit for you.
Right.
And if you're doing production stuff, like I'm not sure what Eric's going to be running on his.
Yeah.
For me, like I'm very, very, very often going past 90 degrees on 2 or 3 or 4 sides of the part.
Right.
So like I can't even do 2 vices on 2 risers because I need to get in the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm doing a part that needs technically 3+2 and I don't have to get on all 4 sides of the part, sure, pyramid would be great. Or sure, 2 risers and 2 vices will be great. Or 4 vices and 4 risers. You know, it just kind of depends on the part.
Right. The pyramid is so limiting. Like it is very good at production stuff. Like, I mean, we've done it, but it is like you're going in some cases 120 to get 90, you know, which sounds crazy, but it's like you have to go way past, and like now your tools are sticking out fucking really far.
Yeah.
Like you're using like, I mean, normally you could get away with like a 2 or 3 inch holder is now 12 inches long or something like that. Right. And it's like, okay, like, do you want to start there? Right. Like, no, but in their case, like it was, I mean, they had a 10 pallet machine. They wanted it to run through the weekend. Okay. Right. Like they was going to run one of 2 parts that we programmed both of them, and the work holding was universal for both. And like that, but like even in that case, we didn't start with the pyramid. We started with the single vise to prove everything out, and then we moved to the pyramid.
Right. Yeah. And then as far as ball mills, like one of my standards is a 6 millimeter for aluminum that's sticking out 24 millimeters from a PG10
4-to-1
by 120. And then another one is like a 1/16 ball sticking out like I think an inch from a PG10 160. And like that's my general purpose 5-axis deburr, reach into dumb tight pocket stuff.
Yeah.
But like I have both, because if I'm just doing a chamfer around the edge of a part or like a face that needs to be done, that 6 millimeter is quicker and nicer and stubbier and all that stuff. But like I also get a lot of dumb shit that needs a crazy long reach skinny tool.
Yeah, right. Some of the shit you were showing me, it's like you can kind of tell where it's like, oh, that's a really tiny step over in that pocket.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, it's like I'll just throw that at it. Let it eat. It's like I have like when you. Like, it's such a fascinating conversation because, like, arguably, like, this is going to sound crazy, I guess, but, like, the tool is irrelevant to the parameters. You know, it's like the tool can be anything. If you don't have dialed in speeds and feeds and, like, a good, like cutting template for that tool, it doesn't fucking matter if it's like, a good ratio. Right. You know? Like, so, like, it could be the stubbiest thing in the world. If you cut wrong, who fucking cares? Well,
and back to your point, like for me, it just matters, can I get it on the machine? Because I'm making 2. So like, even if it takes, I will surface entire floors of stuff with a 1/16.
Yeah.
And it'll take 30 minutes longer than it would have if I did it with 3 different tools. But
it's thoughtless.
It's thoughtless. I would have spent that 30 minutes trying to blend all 3 together maybe. Or 2 of them might have had issues, whereas the third one would have been fine. Like any of that, it's like, screw it. Just throw a pass at it. Walk away. I'll start working on the next part. I'll start finishing up the rest of the programming. Like whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So it kind of just depends, Eric, on what you're optimizing for. I know that that's kind of a terrible answer, but hopefully it's helpful.
Yeah.
Quick one. George asked, where has a Zap Can Cook been at this whole time? He needs more food porn.
Yeah, I do need more food porn. I've been making a lot of cinnies, so I should probably post some cinnamon rolls. Actually, I've been really into the fucking SB Japanese curry cubes, you know?
That's so good.
Yeah. And like the thing that, oh, man, I've done it a couple times now. And once I tried to do it quicker, but I did braised short ribs in the curry, you know?
That
and
sounds
once
so good.
I did it for like 4 hours and it was pretty good, but you still had to like use a fork and knife. And then the first time I did it and I fucking fell asleep, which was sick because those things like, you just like, the bones just like fell out. It was like so fucking baller. Like, but yeah, lately it's been a lot of curry and a lot of rice, you know?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to touch on this one because I feel a rant coming on.
Yeah.
Justin at PDX says, thoughts on the new project types in Fusion. So now when you open it, it asks like, do you want an assembly? Do you want a part? Do you want hybrid mode?
Right. So it's weird that it defaults to part. Like the first one is part.
Right.
And you hit OK. The first one should be hybrid. This is like, that's a little gripe because it's always been fucking hybrid up until now.
Right.
So why are you defaulting to the part?
When you can change your default in preferences and then it will default, but it's still the third one. Yeah. It doesn't show up as the first one.
Right. And it's like, why, like, it should be a hybrid part assembly. Like, it's hilarious to me, like, that they're going this route because, like, it's essentially conceding that SolidWorks had it right. You know, because this is how SolidWorks operates. There's parts, there's assemblies, there's no there's technically hybrids, like, but that's still just an assembly file, really. But like, they finally added constraints, so you can do hard mode jointing, which is actually way fucking nicer.
Yeah, it is.
That's like, thank you. Like, I'm very happy about it, but it's annoying the way that they did it, kind of, because it feels like kind of quiet and like. It's still named dumb shit instead of like it's constraints instead of mates or whatever, which is kind of like a port from Inventor or whatever.
Right.
But like I like it. It's just like the implementation is bizarre.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I think
that's fair.
I think it's loser shit. I think they're like, well, we won't improve the performance of the hybrid stuff, and so instead we're just going to walk it back.
I don't really know why they needed to do. I mean, the part like the thing that I like the constraint thing.
Yeah.
Like,
that I completely agree. I'm 100% on board there.
I don't understand why they needed to do the part assembly thing though. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. I never like at least right now. I still technically do it this way, but every file that I do is a hybrid file regardless.
Yeah.
If it's going to be just a part or an assembly.
Yeah.
Because can't change it once you're there.
Right.
And so like, why?
I don't know. It bothers me so much. There's so many things about it that are wrong. Like I think that so much of what they've been releasing lately, it's like they just don't listen.
Half-ass dog shit.
Yeah, right. It's like they don't listen to their actual users at all. Like the hybrid shit. Like, okay, you know what? If you want to release it, great. Make it something I have to turn on. Right. Don't force it upon me.
Yeah.
And if I make a preference choice, don't have me click it every time. It's so stupid.
It is so stupid.
Like I will go find the button if I want a specific part file. I shouldn't have to tell you every time that I want a hybrid one.
Yeah.
Other shit that they've done, like they got rid of the classic UI and both options, both dark mode and light gray mode are objectively worse.
Yeah.
The visibility is worse. The text is worse. Everything is worse about it. I don't know who decided that these were the only two options, but like, fuck you.
Right.
I'm like really livid about that one.
Yeah.
It like, both of them hurt my eyes.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Weak ass eyes.
Sure, whatever. Like, I just hate it. Like, it's not good.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to implement dark, I use dark mode on everything.
Right.
And
I don't use dark mode in Fusion because I don't like their dark mode.
It's the first app I've ever used where the dark mode is so much worse than light mode. Yeah. I don't know how you fuck that up that bad. It's so stupid. But all of these things, it's just like, it feels like betrayal of their core philosophies and of their core users.
Right. Well, it seems like it's very interesting. Like this is like Andrew Henry was talking about this more like on the Lean Built that came out this morning about like the customer retention takes a back seat to getting new customers. Mm-hmm. And like this change is very clearly aimed at like specifically going after SolidWorks users, you know? And like, okay, like the way that we had it before, like joints were fucking dumb because it was too limiting. Mm-hmm. And you had to do all kinds of fucking workarounds to make it happen. Like, but I mean, I can think of like fucking joining stock to more than one vise, you know, with a joint was like such a pain in the ass.
Right.
Where I just started like essentially having the stock floating in air, you know, and then I would join the jaws together. And then because the stock is parametric, I would say that the opening of the jaws was the same as the stock. Yeah. And so like,
so it's not actually jointed together, but it looks like it is.
And it functions the same and it gets you the same result. But like you have to do more shit.
Right.
Like, and like it with the configuration, which is a super annoying, but like, yeah, fuck, I lost my train of thought. It's just like, I don't know, man. I see where they're going, but it is like the last couple updates have like really fucked with the manufacturing side too.
Oh yeah.
It's like
we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, it's like what happened? Like it's really annoying because like I was like really hard on Tyson to get him to convert from SolidWorks HSM to Fusion, and like this is this is an interesting time to start for him because like partially it's good because he is coming from SolidWorks, so like some of it is the same, but like the manufacturing side is bad right now, or not bad, but it's like it's just fucking weird.
It's
like
buggy.
It's very buggy in like a weird way where like
you generate a toolpath and it doesn't show up in the graphics,
and you have to like click off of it and then click back on it, or just wait and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Or if you have parametric stock and like regenerate, like you change the stock size and regenerate your toolpath, but it's like on the stock preview it still shows like the previous stock, but in the setup it shows the right size stock, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here?
And when we were talking about that earlier, I forgot to tell you, I've had twice now where the adaptive that I start the thing off reflects the old stock that is not updated.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm seeing all these crashes and I'm like, what is going on? And then I look and I'm like, oh, because my adaptive is not cutting the stock at all.
Yeah.
It's like clear, just like rapiding through, cutting the center of it out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on? And then I like unselect the stock from the setup and then pick the solid model again. And it's like, oh, now it's working. Now I can see it.
It's like, it's not good.
No.
Like,
I honestly, I think that like this has been a slow decline since the dumb heights tab bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like they walked that back, but like I remember specifically saying something about it, not like, to me, an ethos, like a core tenet of Fusion has always been the least clicks to get to your result.
Right.
Like that's how it was sold to me.
Right.
And then that apparently is not one of the tenets anymore.
One of the most annoying fucking things about Fusion still, and this is like this isn't recent, but how the toolpath like edit like or settings bar or whatever the fuck you want to call it, how it like varies in size so dramatically as you go from tabs, and like sometimes it will be like it will size itself off of the screen. And you're like, well, I can't hit OK, so I need to go to a different tab so that it shrinks so that I can hit OK. It's like, that's Bush League.
Brother, I still can't set a fucking default secondary measurement tool.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years that people have been asking for this.
Yeah.
I want to see inch and millimeters every single time I hit measurement.
Right.
And I still can't set that as a default.
Yeah. And I really like that you'll go secondary, and sometimes it just like just doesn't show it.
Yeah.
You know,
I got to resize that window all the time.
Yeah. Cause it's like, 399 parenthesis dot.
Yeah. Oh, you know what my other favorite one is too? Is that when you have secondary measurements on, so you can copy out of it by just clicking on it.
Yeah.
But if you paste that, it pastes both of them and it errors out every time. Yeah. It's like, cool. Yeah, thanks. You're the one generating this number. You should figure it out.
Yeah. It is like, it's just peak like software gore.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's like, it's a $650 piece of software. It is punching above its weight class.
Oh, like 100%.
But it is still like for what they're trying to achieve, like of like legitimately like taking over everything, like just do better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the interesting thing is I've been having a lot more conversations with people about moving away from it because not necessarily because it's like bad. It's like, but they're getting into like big boy work, quote unquote, of like I'm getting into ITAR shit, aerospace stuff. They're just not going to fucking look at us if we're using Fusion. So I have to move on. And it's like, oh man, what a tough one. It's like all the stuff that like people are asking for, they're just not doing it. And then they seem to make these fucking crazy ass changes that just make the software worse. And it's like, what is happening here?
Right.
Like, why?
Yeah. I didn't want to switch and I don't want to switch away from Fusion. Like using both today, like I'm programming one part for the Flex and one part for the other C250.
Yeah.
And Fusion is so much easier. Like I for half the day today, I was like, you know what? Maybe I just need to spin up an instance of my post for the Flex so that I can just program stuff quickly and get it going because it's so easy and it's so quick.
Yeah.
But man, then I encounter a bug that I'm like, this is dangerous, or like, this is so stupid. I spent 40 minutes waiting on you to generate an empty toolpath. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. Or like, oh, you generated a toolpath that completely violated the containment boundary I gave you. Yeah. Nice. Thanks. Yeah. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that where I'm like, you know what? Okay, maybe the more mature software is the way that I need to go. Like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's got its own issues, but like, you know, at least I can trust. I know the simulation is rock solid. I know the toolpath technology like is very, very mature, like that kind of stuff. And it's like, I don't know. I was thinking about this a lot today because like I'm just feeling so unhappy with no matter what choice I make in this area. Like this is one area in my company, in Cam and Cat. Like I'm so deeply upset no matter what way I turn. There's like for me, it was kind of a no-brainer, like of like what machine to buy next. And I feel so happy about it. And I know I'm only going to feel more and more happy about it as I use it. Cam, it seems like that is what pile of shit stinks the least to step in today.
Yes, because it's a very universal experience. Like I think the Servant boys bought Esprit Edge, which is a crazy decision. In my opinion, like it is so different than Fusion that it's like almost brain breaking if you're not used to like, because you don't program off the model. You
really?
Cannot program off the model in Esprit.
I had no idea.
It is feature based machining to like the epitome of feature based machining, where like you have to create a feature. So like to create a chain based off of the geometry of the part, you have to do what they call smash the part so that it then creates the wireframe that you can then create the chain, or you can like create walls. And like there is cool things you can do with that, because like you can create all these features and then you can select all of them at the same time and then apply a toolpath to it, and it'll apply to every single one of those features all at once. But if you're unfamiliar with that, like that is just such a bizarre workflow to like even a 3D toolpath, you know, like you have to create the feature. You have to create a solid form, I think they call it, or whatever. And it's like, even if it's the whole model, you have to select the whole model and create that thing, then apply the toolpath to that thing. You can't just do the toolpath.
That I remember encountering something similar with FeatureCam, where like chains, you had to create chains from geometry to then use the chain in a toolpath. It was frustrating.
It feels like there's more steps, and like you can kind of see like how that can be better, but like it is designed in a way that's like you almost have to use templates, you know, like to be efficient. Like you're just like, and there's a lot of like shit you can do that like makes that cool, and like that is cool kind of, but it is like, man, this is intense. But like they bought that. I was like, fuck, should we go to Mastercam? You know, that's like, but that one is expensive. It's like, what about CamWorks or SolidCam or blah, blah, blah. It's like, it is like, I don't know. There's no good choice. Yeah. Like, I mean, even like Doug has been working in Fusion a lot lately. And then we got a customer like asking for some Mastercam stuff. And he's like, fuck, this sucks. And like, it is one of those deals that like they all suck in their own way. Frankly, it's one of the things I'm like most defeated about, where I'm just like, whatever. Yeah. I don't even like outside of rants like this, it's just like, that's the quirk. I'm not gonna pay it, like, because we program in so many of them. Like, it's like, I just figure out how to work around whatever I need to work around, and then I just move on with my day. Right. You know? But it's like, it's a different story because we're like in it and then out. Right. I don't use any of them really, like, well, depending on the time, but like every single fucking day, you know? Yeah. They all suck.
It's just frustrating. Yeah. All right. 84 Engineering, Lang versus HWR. He recently bought some HWR vices to try, and he is a little bit disappointed. In his opinion, Lang is worth the extra money. Interested to hear yours and Zap's opinion.
Yeah. He reached out to me too. And like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm a little biased on the HWR side. I mean, like, I know Thomas and Sebastian. I had dinner with Sebastian. I've met his like wife and his kid and stuff. And like, I think it's fine. What he told me, like what he was dealing with is like, yeah, I would be frustrated with that too. Frankly, like vice-wise, I'm way more into Shunk vices. Right. You know, like for the money, like they're cheaper than both of them, and they're very, very good. They have the covered like enclosed lead screw, which is like pretty sick. The like moving jaw thing, like how you have to like move the jaws, is kind of annoying, but it's also like, I mean, if you need to flip them around, it's kind of easier because you don't have to like back them completely off and then put them back on. Right.
Soft jaws are easier because of it too.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, on the plate side of things, Lang has a better selection. HWR is a little bit limited, but apparently like they can do more, but Lang is fucking cheaper than HWR.
Really?
Yeah, on the plates by like $1,000.
I didn't know that.
Price. Yeah, like a 4-fold Lang plate is like $5,000, and a 4-fold HWR plate's like $6,000.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I assumed it was the other way around.
Yeah, me too. And like yeah, so I mean, my preference, like that being said, that's list price. And HWR will wheel and deal with you like quite a bit more. Like I've sold the 4-fold Lang plates at $5,000 before. But I mean, I'm biased. I like my move right now is HWR plate and riser, Shunk vice. Like that's how I go.
The Shunk vices, I agree. I think they're, if we were not using the stamping like ecosystem, we would be using Shunk vices as well.
They're fucking crispy.
Yeah. I feel like we might actually be the worst two people to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because like I have no experience with HWR besides the one vice you gave me, and like I didn't really have a chance to use it much.
Yeah, I think Justin has.
Right. So I was like, you know, they looked okay.
Yeah.
They have some stuff that Lang doesn't have. Like you said, Lang has kind of more of an ecosystem.
Yeah.
But really, like, we just stuck with Lang because we were kind of in it already.
Yeah.
Like,
and like, I mean, on my end, like, I have an HWR plate, and I bought two Lang plates from Juan, and I'm going to put all three of them on my, like there are like one of the interesting things that I think like is, I mean, it's one of the reasons why Hadrian moved away from HWR and went to Lang is when the, what do you want to call it? The bolt, like the clamping bolt, actually moves in on the Lang and it doesn't on the HWR.
Oh, so you can visually see if it's...
And it's a probe feature. You can probe it.
Oh.
And so that's what they like, so you can probe, is it clamped? Yes or no?
Interesting. Yeah. I hadn't even thought about that because I was planning on the flex to probe the side of the vise, the width, like the size of the stock.
Yeah.
But I never even thought about probing the screw.
That's from Luke's.
That's a great idea. I'm definitely going to do that.
Yep.
I just need to make sure my model reflects the closed.
Pointing the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting. All right. Lathan Mill says, what are some of the worst shops you've been in and why? And then also some of the best. So like, I guess obviously we're going to keep this fairly general, but what are some of the things you've seen that make a shop either the best you've been in or the worst you've been in?
I mean, worst is like super disorganized. Like I've been in quite a few shops that are just like absolute fucking nightmares top to bottom, and they like absolutely refuse to do anything different at all. Like all their problems are so fucking unique, and like, oh no, like what we're doing is so unique, and I fucking rant about this shit all the time. Is like, it's like, brother, you're doing fucking job shop work on a Haas. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care what the fuck you're cutting. You're not doing anything unique. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like what you're doing can be standardized. You can be organized. Like you can do, like there's no reason you can't. The only reason you can't is because you don't fucking want to. Like that's it. Like, and it's like, oh my God, I can't fucking do anything. It's like, because you're literally doing everything on hard mode intentionally. And it's like, I mean, I've been in shops where it's like, oh, we need to improve this process. It's like, okay. It's like, well, let's change the fixturing. No, can't do that. Well, what about tooling? No, can't do that. The program, nope, can't do that.
What do you want?
What the fuck do you want me to do?
Genuinely, like we talk all the time, and I genuinely don't understand why. Like, it seems like 50% of your customers hire you to stroke their ego is what it seems like, because you get there and they just fight you. You're like, let's do this, and they're like, no, I don't like that. I want to do it the old way. And it's like,
well, then
why am I here?
Yeah, why am I here? And so that's like what makes the worst shop is they're just very combative, and like some of those people like are successful in spite of themselves. A lot of them aren't, like, and shops that want to improve but don't want to spend any money. I can think of one in particular. Is like, it's like, oh, like just constant, like churn it. Like they hired consultants before me and consultants after me, looking for somebody to tell them what they wanted to hear, that they didn't need to spend any fucking money to improve it. That, or like,
which is so wild. Like, we're going to spend a bunch of money.
Yeah.
For someone to tell us that we shouldn't spend any more money.
It's like,
why?
I don't know what you want me to do. Like I can think of another shop that we were doing a turnkey for, where it's like, we couldn't find, like, one of the reasons we started doing like bringing tools with us is because you would go into a shop that's got like 200 people, not a single fucking complete set of Allen wrenches in the building. But it's like, oh man, I need a circular saw. They're like, oh yeah, here you go.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you have that? But you like, it's like you have a cart that you tote around with 4 setups where nothing matches at all. Mismatched bolts, not a single set of Allen wrenches, not anything. It's like, oh, they're like, oh, we really struggle getting stuff done. It's like, if you spent like $1,000 and you redid this cart, I bet you'd cut your setups in half. Nah, we couldn't possibly spend that money. It's like, so you, like, what?
Right.
Like, I
go to Harbor Freight and spend $100,
right?
And you'll improve your quality of life.
I just don't fucking get it. There is the whole penny rich, time, or penny poor, time rich, or whatever. I don't fucking know. I mean, sometimes you can just do it yourself, right? And you can afford the time. It's when you've grown past that, but you still have that mentality, and you are literally stepping over dollars to pick up dimes. And like, you're saving money in the stupidest fucking way.
Yeah.
And sometimes with Michael Morin, he likes to go down rabbit holes, and I'm like, Michael, just make a fucking decision.
Right.
We're done with this. I'm done with this. We need to make a decision now. Let's do it. And he's pretty receptive to that because he knows he does it.
Right.
And I mean, I tell customers this shit all the time. What's the best way? What's the best way? And can we just shut the fuck up and start cutting? Because we don't know what's going to happen until we do the fucking thing. We can't get better until we do it. We haven't done anything. Let's fucking do something. The people who never want to do anything and just want to fucking talk about it all the time, those guys suck. People who don't want to spend money but want to improve some way, somehow, just fucking suck. And I have a lot of those. The best shops are the ones, what do we need to do to improve? It's this, this, and this. Okay.
Done.
Yeah. And it's sweet. And they just let us fucking do the work.
Right.
You know? That they pay us and they don't fuck around with us. And it's sick.
Yeah.
Nice. And then we give them the results they want, you know, and it's stress-free for us. It's stress-free for them.
Right.
You know, those are the best ones, which are few and far between. But again, Pumpkin Plan is basically anybody that fucks with us. Like we just stop, depending on how our relationship was before, we'll say something. Otherwise, it's just, we just quietly go away.
Right.
You know, and
you're like, we're busy. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, well, I can't do it. Or in some cases, it's these guys quoted us, or we quoted them. They went a different direction, blah, 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 came back, and it's, all right, here. No, that quote doesn't hold true anymore. Here's this. And they're like, why is it so expensive? We're busy. And then that was it. You know? It's like,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what about you?
For the workshops?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's the same thing. Like, just people who can't get out of their own way. Like,
you have a very fantastic story about buying AccuPro in mills, and they're like, just use the fucking garbage we have.
Oh, dude, that still irks me.
Yeah.
It was that moment. It was that, like, literally that job where I was like, oh, okay, I need to find a new job.
Right.
Like, I can't work here.
Yeah.
Because it was, we were making 40 or 50 artillery rounds bodies in the 40s, like high 40 Rockwell, I think, or low 50s. And they got butthurt that I bought $80 or $100 with AccuPro 6 flute end mills.
It's like, dude,
be
so fucking for real right now. That's another, I guess, like another one. Generally, a shop is bad. And this is, I mean, not exactly, this is a fucking ice cold take, is basically you can almost tell right away by how the people, if you walk into a place and the people are fucking beat dogs, you know, you're like, oh, this place sucks.
Yeah.
Or like if the owner is just shit talking everybody, like you and Easton had a customer, right? Mutual customer that you got out of and he kind of got wrapped into, where it's like, they're just like, oh, we can't get quality out of anybody, blah, blah, blah. And like when you're younger, you're like, oh, I surely can do a better job.
I'm the special snowflake.
And it's like, oh no, this person just fucking sucks.
Yeah.
They can't find anybody. Like I can think of a customer here in Arizona where they're like, oh, we can't make shit fast enough, blah, blah, blah. We need to go faster. And it's, well, okay. I mean, and we did a bunch of work for them. And we sell everything we make, blah, blah, blah. And then, cool. We got 2 of their machines running, quadrupled their output. They bought another machine. And we're like, okay, well, we can do the same thing. We'll just sell you the fixtures. It'll be $20,000. And they're like, we can't afford that. What? But you sell everything you make. This would be tens of thousands of dollars a day.
Right.
Like, what do you mean you can't afford that? It would ROI like literally instantly.
Yeah.
No. The machine shop costs us too much money. Something doesn't fucking add up there.
Right.
You're either making so much money you don't know what to do with, or you're lying.
Right.
And almost always they're lying.
Right. Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah.
I just realized another update thing I completely forgot. that happened today.
Yeah.
Got a new Freddy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I forgot that. We were literally just talking about it.
Yeah.
Simon's the fucking man.
Yeah.
And saw the giant sumps that we now have on the Herm. The new one, by the way, is 800 liters.
That's a lot of liters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, 200 something gallons of coolant. So the little 50 liter micro was no longer doing it. And so we swapped that out, got a new EcoVac 200 today.
Hell yeah.
Was on the phone with him actually earlier. He kind of walked me through just a few little things to check after shipment, and it showed up so much earlier than I thought.
Yeah.
Like I saw Brad out of the corner of my eye start opening the bay door, and then I see him walk outside and comes back in. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, the Freddy's here. I'm like, oh, okay, sick.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's very exciting. And our other one already sold. I won't blow up the guy who bought it, but it's headed out east, and it's going to be great for him. Simon sent along kind of a refresh kit. Like him and I went over on Instagram video call a couple weeks ago. Okay, show me it, check this, check that. I'm going to replace like the seal. I'm going to replace the Freddy sticker, all that stuff. So it'll be about as good as a refurb without going back home.
Upside down.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just slightly crooked. No. It should be great. It'll be great for him. It'll be great for us to have the new one. Because, when we got the Flex, I cleaned out the old C250 like a week afterwards. It's a lot of coolant in that thing. I think that one's like 400 or 500 liters.
Yeah.
So it was
100 gallons with that thing, because I've cleaned out 100 gallons with yours at the mine, and it's like it's doable. It's just a fucking process.
It was
like
10 blow and suck cycles or suck and blow cycles.
Yeah, not the right suck and blow cycles either.
Mini rant. So we love the people that pick up our coolant.
Yeah,
and they give us cleaned 55-gallon ones in return. Like they just swap them out. They don't pump them.
That's cool.
It 99% of the time is great. This last time the ones that they brought, I open them up and it's just like straight acetone. And I look down and there's like a little thing of like acetone, and like the next one is like paint thinner, and the next one is like mineral spirits. I'm like, you got to take these. I was like, health and safety wise, I just can't keep these in the building. Yeah. And then I emailed them and they were like, well, we triple clean these, so if you're not happy, you can buy new drums from us for whatever it was, $80 a piece.
Wow.
Which would have been fine. What I was thinking about doing was just telling them like, okay, we're going to buy 14 of them, and then you're going to keep 7, and they will just be ours.
Right.
And we'll swap out our 7 for 7 every time we go around this loop. And they are only ours, and they do not go to anybody else, and they will say Protium on them.
Right.
But I talked to them and I was like, listen, we've done this a bunch of times with you guys, and it's never been a problem except for this time. I don't think that I just don't think they got washed out. It wasn't water with a little bit of acetone. It was just like
straight up.
I
acetone.
Opened it and smelled it. I was dumb. I should have wafted it like you're supposed to, but I was like, usually they're fine. And dude, I almost got knocked on my ass. I was like, oh, okay.
That's how you get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. But anyway, they're supposedly dropping off 6 tomorrow that are clean. So we'll see. If not, I'll just buy the 14 or whatever and talk to them and be like, this is how we're going to do it from now on then. Yeah. Because I was hoping that we could just buy 6 or 7 and then they could just pump them out. And they're like, we don't have any way of doing that. Okay. It's fine.
Damn.
They are a quarter the cost of Safety Clean.
Yeah.
And don't make you run all the dumb tests and stuff. So I don't want to deal with them if I don't, or I don't want to switch if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think that's all we're going to go over for questions.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
Give me one tip or trick from this week, or I guess the past month, really.
Tip or trick? I don't know. New to me, that I think Justin was talking about, the sync view. You use SyncView?
Oh, in Fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Fusion. Like, that's a baller that thing's baller.
That's great.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying to think of anything like very special that I did recently. I mean, everything's kind of like, I mean, it all feels so run of the mill. Somebody else might think it's special, but it's like, whatever. No, I don't got anything other than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I already dropped my first one very early in the episode of like, don't assume anything when you buy a big machine. And I think
I mean,
that's super obvious. And, you know, obviously you shouldn't do that. But like, I don't know. I felt like I had done a lot of research and still missed very obvious things, which is frustrating.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, the tried and true tip or trick is, just because I dealt with it again this week, is mostly just, you know, don't get so fucking hung up on what is perfect or what is whatever. Just fucking do it. And I guess ABS and ABA, always be standardizing, always be auditing, this is something I think is somewhat crucial. I mean, and maybe not, is we've talked to some people now that are, oh, every time I build a tool, I put in a different holder. I don't really know why you would do that, you know, other than being a dumb asshole. But if you are doing that, I still think it's worth it to standardize to a certain extent, is like to develop a quote unquote catalog of speeds and feeds or whatever. Is if your 1/2-inch end mill will go in 4 different holders, have 4 different fucking configurations of that tool in your tool library with speeds and feeds. So no matter what you end up putting it in, even if you program it one way and you have to go back, but it's there, and you still are able to like somewhat standardize. If it's, because you can't really, I mean, you can, but you can't cut the same way in a side lock holder as you can like an ER32 for roughing.
Right.
The side lock, if you cut with side lock speeds and feeds in an ER32, it's going to pull out. And I mean, I guess you could cut it's in an ER32 with the side lock, it'll just be dog shit slow.
Right.
You know, but if you initially started with the side lock and then try and cut that with the ER32, probably you're going to pull out and you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
You know? But if you're always like, I don't think, I guess, don't be afraid to play around with tool libraries. You know, it's a continuous improvement thing, right? There's no done with the tool library. It's a constant thing. So don't be afraid to standardize.
Yeah.
Because you can change.
Yeah. I think to tag on that, I think that it's very, like, machinists are inherently pretty lazy, at least most of the ones that I know. And it's really easy to get caught in the trap of viewing all of that as a sunk cost fallacy.
Right.
Of like, well, I don't want to do it because I haven't figured it out yet. And it's like,
again,
yes, but just start. The container method is a great example of that too. Of like, well, I don't want to do my containers yet because what if I change it? And it's the great thing about the containers is that when you do a new part and you change it, you change your container, you change the base stuff in it.
Right.
You can just save that off as a new container.
Yeah.
You can just delete the part out or like replace it with a blank one and save it off as your new container.
I do, like, I mean, a very novel concept here. It's like machine _container _V1, right? And I almost always have an archive folder. I'm going to V2. Right, it's like I'm making a big enough change that I want to like lock in V1. Okay, copy, change to V2. V1 goes into the archive folder. Like
you can milestone those too. When you save. So like there's a way to really track that stuff. It's great.
Yes.
Quick one that I've got. We found a cool new deburring tool for tiny parts.
Okay.
I don't remember who it was on the Instamachinist Discord who put this up, but it's called a model scriber.
Okay.
The one I have is from Steady, Stedi on Amazon. It's $25 or something like that.
Yeah.
But they have 100, 125, 150, and 200 micron blades that go on them. And they're just they're not super sharp like a razor blade.
Yeah.
They're a little blunted.
Yeah.
But man, they're perfect for like tiny stainless parts or steel parts that you want to just kind of knock burrs off of.
Yeah. That's
super
cool.
well controlled. The blades even come in like tool tubes, like the square tool tubes.
Nice. That's fun.
Yeah, they're very, very nice.
Hell yeah.
So quick little one there. I've really enjoyed it. Like I don't use it all the time, but when I use it, I'm really, really happy with it. All right, man. What have you been researching?
It's mostly been like Claude Code, local stuff, AWS, you know, because like I'm pretty happy with where this thing has gone so far, and we're very excited about it because it's neat that you can build a purpose-built tool for yourself without really any base knowledge of programming at all.
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy. So it's been just kind of heavy into that. And frankly, I will say, as a total aside, having that like side project has really reinvigorated me on just for the rest of the business in general.
Awesome.
Because you're not being inundated with the same, I gotta fucking be in Fusion or Mastercam or on site in this fucking machine or whatever. You can kind of just do it. Oh, I have 5 minutes. Let me tell it to fucking do something real quick, and then I can go do something else and then come back to, oh yeah, let me try this real quick.
Right.
So it's all been mostly, almost anything extracurricular has been around the Claude Code local.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was looking up, trying to find a new source for 95 to 99% ethanol, because that's what we use in our cleaning bottles. And the last two companies that we bought from through Amazon have just disappeared or stopped making it. And then the most recent one we bought, I think there's some kind of additive in it that, like, the denaturing additive is leaving some residue on stuff, which I don't really like. Ethanol is really expensive, though.
Yeah. Why don't you ask your equivalent people?
Do you think they have?
I don't know.
Ethanol?
No, I don't think they have it, but they might know people that have it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You know what I mean? Like, you might have just gotten some.
Yeah. I was looking at recertifying my GD&T cert, because you got to do that. I think every 5 years I actually have to take the test, but maybe it's every 10 years. Anyway, like I'm in the portion now where I just have to pay a fee and then say, like, yeah, I continue to use GD&T. And then they're like, okay, cool, you're still a senior certified. Oh, Cat 6 keystones. So, like, the little female to female things that are in patch panels.
Right.
So I spent like an hour and a half one morning, or an hour, rerunning an entire run of Ethernet to one of our cameras.
Oh shit.
Because the camera was showing power, but like the switch showed like a million disconnects and reconnects. And so, like, I was like, oh, it's got to be the cable. Because then I brought the camera over and plugged it directly into the switch, and it was fine. Mm-hmm. Never really thinking like, oh, I've got to check the keystones.
Right.
Ran the entire length of it again. Had to pull up a bunch of drop ceiling panels, blah blah blah. Get it over there. Still doesn't work. I go around the keystone and plug it directly into the switch, and it works instantly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did I buy cheap keystones? Like, I didn't think I did, but apparently I did. And so a bunch of them had gone bad, because then I started having like a bunch of cameras start disconnecting. I'm like, what is going on?
Very interesting.
So I had to find some nice ones and start replacing them.
Go bad.
I don't know, man.
That's such a weird thing.
You wouldn't expect of all the things like to go bad.
We've transferred too much data.
Right.
I can't deal with this anymore.
Yeah, it was insane. Skin packaging machines. Joe from Cobra started posting a bunch of really cool videos on his YouTube channel.
Gotcha.
And one of them was on the skin not packaging skin.
Like the Senka-sen stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Because I would love one of those.
Yeah.
But like Joe's is way too big. It's like floor standing. And I was like, oh, do they make benchtop ones? Which they do. They're just $7 or $8 grand, something like that. So it's kind of,
you're like, who can I fucking scumbag for one of these?
I immediately started putting some eBay alerts up, and I was like, I'll find one.
Yeah.
And that's about it, man. So, yeah.
Only 2.5 hours.
We did it. I think we did the thing.
Yeah, I was saying 3 hours, but I guess 2.5 is fine.
It's our first one back in a while, so yeah. We'll cut it there. Thank you so much for driving down. I really appreciate it. Today was kind of a tough day, and so I didn't know if, I was very much just like, man, I kind of hope Zap cancels on me because I'm just not feeling it right now. But
no, it was worth it. I think we started a little slow, but yeah, we picked it up.
No, I completely agree. Thanks to all the Patreon members who make the show possible, and I will be back next week.